credits for a while. So, an arena.
Huge
perfect
Tupperware
timing.
container
Right
of
as,
watermelon.
right
Why am I
as it comes on too.
I'm not
Let
actually
me-
sticking my tongue out. That's my vape.
Let me fix Apollo here real quick.
I'm over like, dang.
Yeah, your
Oh, no.
your camera's all blurry, Apollo, so you may want to try to fix that. And quit moving. Once you're center, stay center. You're killing me, Smalls.
You
Good
sure?
Lord.
That is a Sandlot joke
Still
for
blurry.
anybody who doesn't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You have to be a certain age to get that joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now sit like
I'm
you're
that
gonna
age.
play so that I can center the camera on the screen. So is that how you're gonna play, like that? Or are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'll play like this.
Okay, so
I'll play
You
like this.
play ball like a girl.
Yeah.
oh, you mean you play ball better than most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anybody watch the White Sox and Yankees game at like Field of Dreams in the cornfield?
Oh.
They
Mhm.
made an actual baseball stadium in the cornfield where they filmed Field of Dreams.
Oh wow,
Kevin Costner.
that's
Kevin
crazy.
Costner threw the opening pitch.
So-
and,
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
They had all these people come out of the cornfield in old school uniform. It was
Ah.
like thinking about it, I just like goosebumped up. It was so
Oh, man,
freaking
I
sick.
see that.
Hey,
that's
and
it was a
remember
good
seeing the
game, too.
making of it,
Happy
but I
Monday,
think I did
everybody!
one
If
time
you're joining us, we are
Oh
about
yeah,
to.
we're streaming.
Yeah, we're about to continue the madness that is the Chimera Mercantile in the post-apocalyptic Faerun Reborn homebrew campaign. If you ever want to get caught up, go down in the Abouts, all of our podcasts, our YouTube links. Last week, we started the encounter with Tailspire, which you can see in the right, because my camera's at a little, so right there, that's actually their Tailspire profile that I like to use to describe the motley crew that's playing tonight. And right over there is one of the camera angles tonight of the second part of the adventure encounter that's going to go on tonight, as well as the, this little sneak preview. I'm not gonna lie, I love teasing them. Wham! There's this. Where'd it go?
Damn it.
What's gonna happen?
Wait, go back.
Wait, I didn't get to see that.
What?
I saw a couple wagons. There were a couple of wagons, and I saw dragon type
Wings,
Or,
wyverns, wyverns,
yeah, wyverns.
Yeah. Remember, we heard the wyverns landing last episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I really want to know where the High Moons and those Dragonborn are at now. Now that I'm thinking about it, you just reminded me.
Dragonborn were in the tavern next door.
Yes. So as
they're on fire.
As we all know, the joy of combat encounters is that I think when we last left off, they were at 6 or 7 rounds, which would be a whopping 42 seconds. So not much happens in 42 seconds, except for everything happens in 42 seconds. So we're actually going to change up a couple things tonight when we kick off. But before we kick off, you'll see that I occasionally look this way because now I have prepared my game table so my split screens are wider, further apart. Hey, Ches, I now got my mobile cart active right here. So I got a whole kind of like cool credenza, so I get access to all my things. And as much as I enjoy the fun of Tailspire, I really do miss my minis. I miss my minis a lot. So tonight we will continue this 12-part encounter with
we all
minis.
Did you say 12-part encounter? Oh, Jesus.
They don't like to be called minis, but I just let you know.
You weren't kidding about that slow burn.
It's definitely a slow burn.
And these 12-part
be part
encounters
2 of
can be
12.
like what? 2 or 3 sessions apiece?
Yeah.
So we will be doing our recap shortly, but down below in the About section is everything you need to know about us. Come join our Discord. Every week we give away dice, miniatures, and as a end of summer giveaway to support our players, we are giving away a $100 value game player bundle in D&D Beyond. Even though we're predominantly D&D, we do have some other games that we do plan on playing, especially, once this Delta variant gets under control and I can get some players actually in around the table. And me and Arena will try to bring you some more board games, including Ivar, and then occasionally Cesare, depending on his production schedule. We'll try to get a board game or two going here on the weekends or
We still gotta play
weekdays.
Clue.
Yes, D&D Clue, which is up here in the studio shelves somewhere. I may have gotten a little out of control at Big Bear this weekend. Bought a couple cool things. First off, you got to decorate your shelves with the cool steampunk skulls and the Kraken on top of it. That's got a
yeah.
cool.
Steampunk Kraken.
That was so.
Steampunk
This was supposed to showcase with this last night, on Debtor's Gambit, but unfortunately we had too many cancellations, so we couldn't play last night. But we will be back Sunday with any hope.
Want it.
And then, of course, the coup de grace right here, the big giant white dragon head that I picked up in Big Bear. Hopefully, when they get the other colors in stock, I plan on decorating the studio with the dragon busts. They also had a T-Rex bust, which was pretty cool. It was a little bit soft in the mouth. I prefer the big teeth, but,
Hey, I disagree. I think at some point, your screen being wider instead of square format, so that we can see a bit more around you, because that back shelf is so awesome, Jason. Especially with the candlelight flickering, it is such a vibe, as the kids say.
I wonder where I got that idea from. I believe I got it from EMPZ Studios, an excellent production company, which brings us to a couple of our creators. Not only do we have a family of creators down below, you can click on all their links, but we got a couple playing in the game. And with that, Valev, Cesare, tell us about your fun stuff going on these days.
Oh, I play lots of many D&D games a week. 3 exactly. 2 here that we live stream Sundays, and tonight on Mondays, Debtor's Gambit and Favorite Reborn. And then I also have another one on Wednesdays.
Super nerd.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into all of the new beautiful things that I got recently.
And our Viridian Dice discount did expire, but we're hoping to have another one for the holidays. But I still recommend going to Viridian Dice and take a look at their stuff. It's very cool, and that's who we use in our giveaway in the Discord as well. Sorry, Ches, go ahead.
I absolutely bought like 22 sets of dice.
Cool.
So you should too, because it's less expensive when you have a discount code. So thank you for that, Jason. Thank you for feeding my habit. Yeah. So on my Wednesday game, it's actually it's not a live stream. It's a pre-produced podcast and video production called The General Adventuring Company. Information on that is down below. It is a D&D 5e homebrew setting. And I get to play a Dragonborn Ranger Rogue, which is a lot of fun. And that's actually the set of dice I'm playing with tonight are his dice. They're metal and heavy and kind of a weapon themselves, and they have little scales, and they're I love it. But yeah, that comes out on Tuesdays. You can find it on YouTube as well as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple, all of those audio platforms as well. It's called The General Adventuring Company, and on social media, it's at TGACPOD, TGAC Pod.
And the link is in chat.
Yeah,
Put the link
it's
in
fun.
chat.
It's fun. Yeah, we get to do. It's a different experience when I watch it back sometimes, and I start thinking
because your production, it's not edited yet, so you get to watch it post-edit. So that must be really weird.
Yeah. It is bizarre because it takes out a lot of the mechanics when we're looking up spells, and it definitely, if you're not visually watching it and you're just listening to it, it feels a lot more storytelling driven. So it kind of makes it turns a 4-hour episode into a 3-hour episode, which is kind of nice.
Very true.
But
very true.
That's me. That's what I do.
Cool. Hey, Kai, tell us about your fun stuff. And I promise you this week, I am in the process of updating our about pages. I will have Kai's socials. I will have Apollo's socials. I will have the EMPZ Studio section of it up as well, which is Cesare's company. So go ahead, Kai. What do you got going on?
Well, we're about ready. Our DM finally moved, so we're about ready to start up again on recording A Seat at the Table, which is ASAP Pod on Twitch. If anybody, or Twitter, sorry, if anybody wants to check out that, we keep you updated when we will start to go live, or well, not really live. We're gonna edit and do podcasting. Because same reason as you were saying, that way makes it less looking up stuff and more storytelling wise, and it'll be a lot more fun and entertaining that way.
Yeah, because no one likes actual play.
No, but yeah, we do. We'll still leave in our fun little shenanigans that we get into, because that's the fun part. But yeah, I play, I don't know, like 7 or 8 games or something. Only a couple of them are live on Twitch. This one, of course. And I have one every other Sunday, which I always tweet out and let everybody know about. We were doing Humblewood this last weekend. It was a lot of fun. And we also do this special homebrew Camelot game that's been really interesting to play. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've got some exciting things that we're doing right now on that one. We're still starting out, so new at the whole streaming and everything. But our DM's really good. He's doing a really good job with that.
Awesome. And Ivar, go ahead and talk to us about dark stuff that you do in closets.
Okay, Darkwind Designs. Well, you always get on me about this.
I like the way you said that better, Jason.
I'm not animated enough or whatever. But look, I'm a warrior. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I'm a lover. But I'm not a salesman. So
I don't know, man. You just sold me.
All right, baby. Well, ring-a-ding. I'll shoot you my digits. Anyway.
You're going to give me a digit? Which digit are you going to give me, big boy?
Well, probably 2.
These right here.
All that.
Callissa's all, please save us. Please save us all.
Yeah, she thought she was the bad one. Not. Okay. Yeah, so Darkwind Designs is on Redbubble. I got all my original artwork on all kinds of different merch.
And the links are down below in the abouts as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, go check it out.
I'm not wearing it today, but yesterday I was wearing the Death is a Cold Hug, which is now fast becoming one of my favorite shirts. That one and the...
it's his favorite shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
It smells.
But we have Apollo. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Apollo, go ahead and tell us about what you got going on.
So I just recently started up my company. It's called the Adventuring. It's called the Adventures Paradise, and it's more of a community / company that helps people that are playing D&D, cosplay, Magic the Gathering, all kinds of nerdier stuff, and it helps them helps them find a community and build on to what they are helps them build. I'm not a salesman either, man. I'm not a salesman. I can't talk for the life of me right now, but I'm also catching my breath.
You learn by doing, my friend. You learn by doing.
Yeah.
What its big thing is, it's pretty much building a huge community out of being a nerd, and it's called helping other people that wouldn't necessarily have some benefits to kind of see other games and other things that they never knew existed. And then there's all kinds of new shirts. I'm gonna get new dice and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, so I put his Instagram link in the chat. So follow Apollo on Instagram and get all the info. And I believe he's doing shirt giveaways for followers or to join the Discord. So be sure to check that out. If you're into MTG, cosplay, or just a place you want to hang out and, be nerdy and that's the place to be. Hey, Apollo, I'm getting feedback on your line, I think. I was getting feedback. Oh, it's gone. Good. You were leaning into the speaker or something, and I was getting feedback. You're good. So with that, let's recap really quick before we get into yet another, so where we last left off, our team had come back from a rather long break. They had taken the summer, a 3 to 4 month period, to resolve and to accomplish individual tasks. And a great deal has happened to the Bithyani Kingdom, as well as the greater Whist region and communities. And a great deal of growth and increase of wealth and increase of influence has transpired. All during this time, however, some unfinished business continued on as well. Although bottled up, contained, not able to launch their slaving raids or cause much mischief during this period of time, our team had finally gathered back in the Chimera to discuss and let everybody know what each other had done over this course of a long period of 4 months. And we're no longer in summer, we're now in the beginning of fall, as the team began to discuss their options on what to do next. There was a message that was originally given to Arena that warned of one of the garrisons being overrun near the community of the Jasper mining colony, where the Merkel cultists, perhaps, don't know what you want to call them, but the Merkel worshippers and their priests and acolytes and everybody else that had overrun and taken control of the Jasper mining colony, she got a message that one of the garrisons had been overrun. Brachus and I believe even some of the Firebrand, as well as some of the Templars, newly acquired by both Arena and Gulshaw, head off in that direction. It was during the scry attempt on Brachus that Arena began to realize that something was going on. A massive swarm of strange insect-like creatures had overrun Brachus, his men, Templars, and the Firebrand, and there were remnants of their physical selves underneath this massive swarm of insects. And then suddenly, portals begin to open up all throughout the greater Wistarian area, including the very center of Whist itself. The large town, now small city, was experiencing a massive invasion of thousands upon thousands of these creatures. Our team engaged them both in the Chimera and out front of the Chimera. And for the better part of our entire last session, this first half of the encounter continued on. At the end of the session, however, a warning from Scorch to get out and to find a safe rallying point, just in time for everyone to watch as 2 Wyvern Riders settled into the main courtyard in front of the Chimera, with 2 rather familiar looking Dragonborn astride these 2 Wyverns. And as they arrive and settle into the courtyard and dismount, we're actually going to do a fresh initiative, everybody, because we're going to start an entirely new round of combat. So, with that, as a recap to where everybody is, Arena and Ghost and Kai are in the second story of the Chimera. Above, looking down on where Apollo and Valev, in his bearkin form, have engaged with the insects. We also have Gulshaw just within the entrance of the Chimera, and further back, Derek back in the stairwell. Now, for Gulshaw and Derek, you have a moment to kind of take an account of the downstairs of the Chimera. The High Moons are still alive, and they are currently struggling to get the fire under control. There are other remains of other patrons that might have been here for other purposes. However, helping the High Moons is a very tough and resistant bullywog that goes by the name of Prince, as he is also fighting off these insect-like creatures. All throughout the outside
My prince.
all throughout the outside of the Chimera, where the greater community of Whist is, there is a back and forth conflagration of individuals defending each other, fighting, dying, as thousands of these insect creatures are overrunning everything in the general area. And now, part 2 of the encounter, 25 through 20.
Oh.
As everybody
I
I
got
was
is
a
still
21.
getting. I
One
was
sec,
caught up in this story.
yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot to roll.
I got no. Okay.
I got 21.
So 25.
23.
Okay, 25 through 20. I got 23 for Valev.
My new
And-
dice are working well.
I got 21 for Arena. 19 through
Got a new
15.
dice.
I got an
got
18.
Goldshaw's got a 19.
19 for Gulshaw. Derek, an 18. Derek?
Yeah, because I'm rolling at disadvantage.
That's right. And 14 through 10. 10 and under.
Apollo got a 9.
6.
9 for Apollo.
Oh no.
And 6 for Kai.
Lady
All right.
Silverhand.
Yep, I'm slow.
So-
I'm looking
You're
for
safe
Blaze.
right now, Brooke, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
grab Blaze out of the corner and carry him with us. When
I
we're
got to
running.
remember
Okay.
I've got my mobile cart here now, so I have more room and not less room. So it's kind of what I wanted to experiment with, getting back into minis. Now, first question: can everybody see the miniatures? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Valev, you are right here. Apollo is right here. Okay. Now I know the upper right hand screen is small, but if I need to make it big for any reason, but that's supposed to just give you an overlay of the entire thing. This is the main board that we play out on. Now obviously Arena and Kai, you're upstairs in the 2nd floor looking down on what's going on. Derek, you're further back in the hallway, and you can see where Gulshaw has just made it to the double door entrance out front of the Chimera. Everything is chaotic. It's pure chaos. The insect creatures, for the most part, immediately disperse out of your area and begin to just kind of, under almost the guise or command of these two Dragonborns, immediately disengage and disperse out into the main city, leaving, for the most part, the two of you and the others to deal with the Wyverns and the Dragonborn. As the two Wyverns land, and you watch the Dragonborn slide off, and the first Dragonborn just kind of smiles at the other one, the other Dragonborn smiles, and he just goes, "Hey, Hackham, how many are we going to kill today?" And the other Dragonborn goes, "Don't care, don't know, Brackham, but let's do it." And the two Dragonborns begin to march directly towards Valev and Apollo.
Hackham and
However-
I'm
Brackham.
gonna look at Gulshaw real
Mhm.
quick. Are these idiots' names really Hackham and Brackham?
Yeah.
They're not geniuses.
It
They're
appears so.
cold-blooded killers. However, Valev...
They're brothers. If they're brothers, then their mom was just
Mean.
Um, so
or just lazy.
So
Go
Valev,
Lazy, yeah.
you are up, and Arena,
Lazy.
you are on deck.
I have
Okay.
a quick question. I have a quick question.
Shoot.
When Scorch messaged us before, did he say get to the roof or did he say get to
He said
somewhere
the roof.
safe?
You said get
He
to
said
the
go
roof.
somewhere safe.
Get to
Yeah,
the roof.
it's getting bad. I haven't
Okay,
said
to the
that
roof.
yet because he just said it in my
Yeah,
head right
'cause
before
you're
the
a
game
He only
ended.
said it.
bear.
He only said it in Valev's head. Okay.
Correct.
I can
Oh,
say it. I'm a bear kin.
Rawr, 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 rawr,
No,
rawr,
I
rawr,
speak common.
rawr.
With emphasis on Kian.
And dragon, and druidic, and elvish. I'm a smart boy, but not so smart. No.
Please, Kian.
Okay, so Currently, I have 8 owls, giant owls, that are out flying around doing the help the people
so
thing.
what I'm gonna do is during your turn, Valev, you can
Okay.
have a separate attack for them, like we were
Okay.
doing before, just to kind of keep
Yeah.
them in order with what's going on in the chaos.
I mean, Cesare wants to have all of those owls come and help Velev out as much as possible, but it would be kind of a good thing to maybe save the townspeople's lives. So
But
they're just gonna keep doing their
I
thing.
mean, probably.
Probably.
They are our
might.
customer base. I mean,
I do
Mhm.
believe
You
Arena.
can't sell goods if everybody's dead.
If I recall,
No.
Arena, you did put your spiritual hammer down below, correct?
Mhm.
You had moved that
Yes.
down below. Okay.
It's a yes.
And Kai had a
giant
flaming
book.
sphere going as well, I believe.
I think you are correct.
I believe I do. Yeah.
Yay for memory.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah, and I had my oath spirits in
I probably
action
wrote
too.
that.
you
wrote
did.
that in
You
notes.
did indeed.
And
And I think
actually,
the spiritual weapon was on its 3rd round.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
and I'm pretty sure Tiamat herself decided to change her ways and come and help us to rid
Yeah.
this world
Yeah.
of those wannabe dragons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
You
Like
guys
just five magic dragon heads just
killing
appear
me.
out and blast everything.
Just come up out of the ground, magic dragon heads.
Oh, that'd be
We
so
also
sick.
summoned the Cuirass to take care of all the other things.
Okay, let's not get carried away, Apollo.
I know. A terrace, that's like asking
That's
too
so
much.
unrealistic.
So unrealistic.
Wait, did Cesare just do the deed? He mentioned an unrealistic reality in a fantasy game. That
Yeah.
is fabulous.
I know,
Oh,
huh?
there it is.
Did you
All
find
right.
Tiamat? Because we totally need Tiamat.
Oh, there's many
Totally
things you
need
guys are going to need. But
yeah.
I did find this for Thornwood.
Like a long rest.
Nice.
And
Very cool.
then, of
A
course,
It
long
is
rest.
not Thorn Whip. It is
the Oath of the Guardians is
Grasping
currently
Grasping
with
Vine.
Gulsha.
yes.
Gulsha.
Actually, I still do have my grasping vine set up too. So
Yeah, it's on the interior. That's what caused most of those insects to be drawn down and unable to pursue anybody. So, with that, Valev, sorry it took so long.
You're good.
You are up, and then Arena's on deck.
So just making sure I'm doing all of the things correctly. Currently concentrating on the owls, so I'm just making sure that I don't cast any other concentration spells while that's happening. You said that we seem to recognize these Dragonborn. Is that how is that? Why do we recognize them?
I would actually
you
say
weren't
Arena
there.
and Gulsha and Derek recognize them.
yeah, I mean, I spent like 4 months.
Well, not only that,
Well,
but earlier in the campaign as well.
When
Yeah,
they
when they were
these
flying
are
overhead.
out of character. These are the
Yeah.
ones that chased us into the mines. And that's why we ended up going in down and we found the
Oh, those
Pollywog,
assholes!
and
All right,
then
I'm gonna stomp them.
yeah.
Got it. Cool.
And my
I
horse
was just making sure
died.
these weren't the Dragonborns that we just were like super friendly to, because
No.
Nope, different Dragonborn.
No, yeah.
There's only
they're
one
Cool.
Dragonborn I'm interested in. I want to know why he was there.
Not our elf Dragonborn.
Beautiful. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna pull out my hunting rifle because I've been practicing.
Yes, you have. And
Okay.
you have new bullets.
And I'm going to
Aren't you still a bear?
yeah, baby, I'm a
He's
bearkin.
Bearkin. So he has opposable thumbs and he has hands.
He's a humanoid bear.
Yep.
That just sounds so weird. Just
I
picturing
know.
that.
It's
Wait,
amazing. It
considering
looks
everything playing out here, that's weird.
That's the thing that looks weird.
Yeah.
Zombies, like giant insects. Okay,
Wait, a
that's
humanoid
good,
bear?
but I draw the line at a bear with opposable thumbs.
If he can open doors, I'm out.
All right, Valev, what are you doing? And remember, Arena, you're
I'm
on deck.
I'm
trying to think of what I'm
the
doing.
one that is, I guess it would be closest. So if we're looking at the map, the one on the left.
This one right here? Or this one right here?
Oh wait, now I know which direction your hand is coming from. That one, yes, the second one
Okay.
that you touched.
Cool.
So yeah, I will go ahead and fire my rifle.
Go for
Gage left.
Dirty 20.
it. As you fire, you watch the image of the Dragonborn blink in and out of existence, and the round pass right through.
Bastard.
Oh.
Okay.
Suddenly, the banter gets quiet.
Bonus action. Reload. Fire again.
Go for it.
I'm hoping that was a reaction that he's just burned and he no longer has one.
That's a good idea.
Natural 20. I'm loving these dice. Woo.
All right,
It's
that'll
going to be like, and it blinked out of existence and you don't get it again.
critical 20s always hit. But he
Okay.
tries to blink yet again, but this time the timing is off, and as he blinks in and out, you watch as the shot hits him square in the chest. So go ahead and roll twice the dice, or times it by 2. It's up to you.
Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Dice goblins.
I know, right? I'm just now becoming one after only using like Amazon, like the cheapest pack possible for the whole
Yeah.
year. So that is 8, 15. That's 10. That's 28. 34 and it's 44 points of damage.
Nice. Now, were you using the imp ammo or regular ammo?
Because
I don't know. I wasn't sure if we
Roll
had
a-
actually gotten
roll-
those yet.
Roll a d4.
Yeah.
Roll a d4.
D4, okay.
Yeah, d4. 1 and 2, yes.
Oh, you know,
4,
Kai was so excited
1
about
and
that.
2.
She gave them to you right away.
I'll say in the anxious kind of like chaos, you're not sure which bag you grabbed your ammo from. So
Yeah.
a 1 or 2, yes. A 3 or 4, no.
3.
Great. So you did not use the imp ammo this time.
No worries. What? That is extra fire damage, right? What is the
Correct.
dice for that?
It's 1d6 fire damage, I believe.
Got it. Okay, cool. Then that will basically be all of the things that I'm physically capable of doing.
Unless you want to move.
Oh, that's right. I can do that. You said that all the scorpion things scattered away, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will look over to Apollo and tell him we need to get to the roof and start moving that way.
I don't feel too good.
And I'll take you to the front of the Chimera.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Apollo
Arena,
looks like
you
he's
are
gonna
up,
die.
and then the bad guys are up,
So bad.
or on deck. So Arena, you're up, and the bad guys are on deck.
Oh, sorry. Do I need to do something for the owls?
Yes. Roll me a
Oh.
d20.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. They have no success this round of hitting.
Okay.
They're currently just in a contested fight.
Ian. Okay. I'm gonna.
Weren't you on deck?
Why does Apollo have to be so far away?
Damn, Goldshaw.
I would love to be able to cast a spell through my spiritual weapon if it like binks Apollo and like, you know.
So that's
But I know that's not possible.
yeah.
Okay, so mass cure wounds again.
Okay.
Cure wounds would have been better, but I can't touch him. Okay. And that is
I love how Gulshaw is like just studying his character sheet now.
And
22. 22.
Hi, little
Don't forget
potion
Divine
tea,
Smite.
you know?
Okay, 32 points of healing to the 6 people that I can see. So
You can
Ghost
see
and
yeah.
myself and Kai. Kai, do you need healing?
Yes.
Okay. So
That'll
Ghost,
be good.
myself, Kai,
Valev and Apollo.
Valev and Apollo.
Correct.
Okay.
You cannot
So
see
what is that,
Gulshaw or
32?
Derek.
32
Yep.
points of healing.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like
You're
to do?
welcome. Yes, my
Thank
spiritual
you. I needed that a lot.
weapon is going to move, and it's going to wacky.
Well, it can only move 20 feet.
They can only move 20 feet, so it's going to threaten them with its pages.
Okay. So the book is currently hovering there. And you're currently up on the second
will
floor.
finger cut
You
you.
still have your move. So are you going to move or stay in place?
I have no idea that we're supposed to be heading to the roof, so
Nope.
I'm.
I yelled it out.
If
Did
she-
you yell it
you?
out?
Yeah,
yelled
but
it out.
she's upstairs. What's your passive
I'm
perception?
upstairs.
What's your passive perception?
Arena's is passive perception is 13.
No, you did not hear Valev yell it out.
My
Wait, how much
passive
hit points do we
perception
get
is
back?
17.
32.
I will
32.
say, Kai, during your turn, you will have heard Valev yell it out.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
So to me, I'm staying right there
Okay.
Yeah.
That will
because I would
finish-
not know.
That'll finish your turn. This Dragonborn.
And Ghost is just going to stay right there with me.
And
And
15,
he
20,
gets-
25, 30.
Where's his hit points?
5, 10, 15, 5, 30.
Ah, there's his hit point. Oh, stupid. Okay, 32.
Okay, Jason.
Hi,
Okay,
Jason.
Jason. Jason.
Jesus Christ.
They're kind of
Here, let me see if I can.
None of them hit.
thin.
Cesare's hyperventilating. This isn't a Valev action. Oh, God. Well, guys, it's been fun playing with you.
I think this is where Apollo dies, guys.
Aw, don't die because that means I just wasted a turn healing you.
Yeah, not for
I
empathy.
mean,
Not for empathy reasons.
Not for
that's
any
sure.
other reason. Yeah.
Not that we need
There
you
we
or
go.
something.
All right. So, Apollo, you have 3 attacks from the Dragonborn coming at you.
Good luck, buddy.
That is.
They don't hit.
That
You roll
is.
ones.
That is a 12, a 14, and a 21.
Only one of them hit.
Okay.
I'll let you do like 172 damage.
That
Mhm.
is 21
82
points.
Points of
21
damage.
points of slashing damage. Give me a con save, please.
Oh gosh. Can I take half?
No.
Are you
Yeah, I
ready?
can. Yes, I
Is
can.
that-
Oh,
is
that's
that-
right.
is
You're
that a
raging.
rogue?
You're still
Yeah.
raging.
Oh, you're
That's
raging.
right.
Oh,
I forgot
snap.
about that.
I'm actually gonna take a quarter then. I'm gonna also use my dodge, uncanny dodge.
That is right.
Them barbarian rogue builds, baby.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So
Thank goodness. That's
what's
helpful.
what's quarter of 21? 5 or 6?
Well, don't do it that way because of rounding, right? So you're raging, so it's half to 10, right?
21 to 10, and then half of that.
And
to
then
5.
half of 10 to 5.
No.
Okay.
It's always easier to do the simple math that way. Trying to
Well,
find.
still
Do it in steps.
5. Alright. I'll take 5 damage. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Don't get
Right.
cocky.
Yeah.
No.
don't get caught.
No.
Jason likes to smack people down that get cocky.
This is true. You are raging to remind me. I miss using my condition rings because it reminds me what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
So that was it. Oh, did you give me a con save?
Oops.
Damn, it's blurry. I can't see what's going on.
Maybe. It's like maybe.
Gotta pull
Oh,
up
let me
another
blur.
window and watch Twitch. It's super clean on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
super clean.
Oh,
on
Seventeen.
Twitch.
shoot, okay.
What'd you get?
Yeah, but it's a bit
17.
delayed.
17. That's just the DC. You take 14 points of cold damage from the blade, but you are not incapacitated. You only take the damage.
Ouch.
Oh, this is bad.
So that will
Uh-huh.
finish the Dragonborn's turn. The other Dragonborn is coming at you, Belev, 3 attacks. That
3
is
attacks.
that is a 19, a 19, and a 17.
Bitch, get out of here with that shit. You can't touch this. You can barely even see me.
You just watch the axe dig into your fur-like hide and just kind of rebound off. And after that happens, the Dragonborn just kind of looks at you strangely. As you stare at the Dragonborn the whole time, Valev, there's like a weird humming, and he blinks in and out constantly. Blinks in and out, blinks in and out. You get this feeling that he's got some kind of magical something going on that's allowing him to do this.
Is the other one do it? Never mind. I'll ask on my turn.
Bonus action, I need a dex save, please.
Is it against an effect that I can see?
Yes, because you will see his mouth begin to open and breathe fire.
Oh shit! Okay.
Sorry. How much
Oh,
cold
crap.
damage did you say?
14.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh, thank God for advantage. That first one was a 1.
Oof.
Dex save 18.
18 will definitely save, so you will take half of 16 points of fire damage. Take 8 points
Got
of
it.
fire damage.
Owie.
Now for the wyverns. Apollo, I got a wyvern is going to do bite, claw, claw. So we'll do the bite first. That is a 10. That will miss. First claw. That is a natural 1 plus 5, a 6. That will miss. That is a 3 plus 5 miss. The first wyvern will completely miss Apollo. The second wyvern is on you, Valev. First is the bite.
Wait. Does that natural 1 on the wyvern, does he like fall or do something silly?
No, it's a wyvern. He's a natural idiot anyways.
Man.
The bite is a 15.
Dang, I was hoping he'd crash into the thing.
Right?
So the bite is a 15, so that will miss you, Valev. The claw is a dirty 20.
Miss.
And the other claw is a 24.
Oh, yeah, that one got me.
That is 12 points of slashing damage. I need you to make 12 points of slashing
Okay.
damage. Give me a con
Okay.
save, please.
Okay. I was not expecting these mounts to have that much gusto. Yeah, that's the word, gusto. Con
waivers.
save 15.
15. That will just save. Take half of 10 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you so much, Jason. That was fun. Now, please go on to the next one.
That will finish their turn. Gulshaw, you are up, and then Derek is on deck.
Okay, I move into base with that one right in front of the opening.
This one
I tell it,
or this one?
what? That one right there is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
And your guardians are with you as well?
Okay. So once I move into their area, I guess do they make their save then, or
At the beginning of
on
their
the
turn.
next turn?
Yeah, during the
Beginning of the next turn.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I am going to strike this one with my hammer. I will use a bonus action Thunderous Smite, and I'll use my Divine Smite.
Okay.
So 19, 29.
29 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. And you also notice that when you go to strike him, the physical nature of the Dragonborn kind of blurs in front of you and then blurs back in, but you manage to time it just right and you strike the Dragonborn right in the shoulder.
Okay, I get to re-roll any twos.
This is the other one, not the one that I shot, correct?
No, you shot the red one.
Oh, that was the same one. Okay.
Yeah, same one.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Gulshaw has this math issue. He can't do it. So right now, you can't see his head because he's counting his toes.
Fortunately, he has 8 of them, so it
No,
helps with
actually,
the
the
D8.
problem is he only has 2 toes. So,
Oh no, Timmy Two Toes. Fortunately, they're the 2 outside ones, so he's able to
So
maintain
that'll do
balance.
71 points of damage.
wow.
71.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because last session he forgot to do all of his DPS.
So he has all of his
He
divine
has
smites
all this.
still.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of a very scene where that wound was. You bring the hammer down into the shoulder. There's just this. You can feel the weight of the armor that the creature's wearing bend and buckle under the blow. You feel the shoulder bone heave and almost break. You can see like a big spatter of blood. He coughs it out as you crush down into his rib cage and just and he looks at you. Very impressed.
Okay, well, he's going to get a second attack then. That'll be an 18 plus 28.
That'll definitely hit. However, you watch as he brings his hand up quickly, as he uses a legendary reaction to... I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Legendary react. Okay, I was feeling comfortable for like half of a second, and that happy feeling is gone.
Yep. Legendary reactions.
21.
21 will just save. It does interrupt your attack, however, and your attack is wasted. You felt your entire form begin to collapse in on itself. You could feel your bones being crushed. And at the last minute, the sheer will and the fact that your guardians are active gave you the force to be able to resist this bone-crushing grapple that he was attempting to do on you with just his hand.
Oh, he needs to lose that hand.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a wasted attack. I did my bonus action. All right. That'll be it for me.
All right, at the end of your turn, he is going to use a legendary action on you and command his wyvern to attack again. So, the wyvern...
Was that can I ask if that is that an attack
What's
that
that?
he made on me?
No, it's a legendary. It's a legendary reaction. It was an effect, not a physical attack.
Okay.
However, he is using a legendary action to order his wyvern, which is all of his legendary action points, to attack you, and that will be a physical attack.
Okay.
So a bite. That is a 22.
Miss.
A claw. That is a 24.
Miss.
A claw, 24.
Miss.
What is your AC now?
26.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
He's gonna hate. He's gonna hate what we told you then.
You watch as the wyvern turns on you, Gulshaw, and begins to do a frenzied attack on you. Missing. Not really missing, just the bite digging into the armor, the claws scratching across the armor as well. As both this Dragonborn is beginning to kind of, not exactly sweat, but he's beginning to look a little bit concerned at just how unwieldy you actually are.
Also, my hammer, do I see any charges in it?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Jason, I forgot to roll concentration checks for the owls, and I got hit twice in that last round, I believe. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. That'll finish your turn, Gulshaw.
Okay.
Derek, you are up, and Apollo's on deck.
We're good.
All right, who's still outside and hasn't used their movement?
Apollo.
Apollo's the only one still outside who hasn't used his movement.
And are Gulshaw and Valev like at the door, or where are they?
They
I can
are
barely see them.
they are right here. They're right in front of the door. You remember, you're further back in the hallway. I just put your fig out there so you could remind me that you're inside the tavern, but you're about 30 feet back into the hallway.
Yeah, but I can still see them, right?
Correct, through the open door.
Okay. Let me move over to the window so I can get a view outside.
Okay. You want to go right up to the window?
Sort of like I'm gonna duck like on the side or underneath of it. So like I just want to
Gotcha.
get my head. So I just want to get a view
Okay,
out there.
gotcha.
All right. So I know the position of everybody right now. So what I am going to do is, since Valev and Gulshah are basically right there in front of the door, I'm going to use my vine, the grasping vine, which I still have up, to grab Apollo and yank him 20 feet into the chimera, towards the chimera, into it, if like it'll if he can get there.
Oh gosh.
5, 10, 15. He's exactly 20 feet in front of the door. Are you going to pull him through the window?
Yeah.
In that case, he is 15 feet in front of the window.
Yeah, so it'll pull him inside the chimera, right?
I mean, it goes out 20 feet and then pulls him back 20 feet.
It goes out 30 feet and pulls back 20 feet.
That would get him just inside the window.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Now, is there a save?
He can do a contested
Well,
strength
I'm
check.
just gonna fail.
He's got to do it because he
Or
doesn't
a
he doesn't
dexterity
know
saving throw.
he doesn't know that you're doing this. He's just going to feel something wrap around him with no knowledge, and he's automatically going to try to save. So, Paulo, go ahead and give me a dex save.
and I can see it.
You cannot see it. This is coming from a
I
window
cannot.
behind you.
Okay, then it's just a regular roll. Oh, and I get a fucking high one too. 22.
22.
Oh no.
You feel
that-
something wrap around you, and you immediately like keep it from encircling you.
Ah, fuck, man. I was trying to save your life.
Well, he could
Now you just
disengage
fucked
and
up my
run.
whole plans. Ah.
Anything else you want to do, Derek?
Okay,
I was-
since that's my bonus
You
action,
could have shouted out to Apollo.
and
Just let it
I'm
happen,
gonna hold my action for when everybody's at least within the chimera, or within like in front of the bad guys. I'm gonna hold off my action until everybody's in front of the bad guys, closer to the chimera.
Okay. So what's going to be the trigger effect? Everybody coming in, or because currently Gulshaw and Valev are right in the doorway. Apollo's about 15 feet in front of the chimera. So what's your trigger? What's going to cause you to attack?
The trigger will be when, like, if everybody is inside the chimera, or specifically Apollo, since everybody else has done their turn. So when Apollo gets to either inside the chimera or closer, like within 5 feet of the chimera, like he's like a 5-foot square in
Right,
front of
because
the
there's a possibility
At the
he may not
doorway.
move at all.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
And I'm
that's your,
just gonna yell out, get into the chimera. Something shout it.
all right. Apollo, you are up. Kai, you're on deck.
Okay.
Alright, did I hear him say that?
What's your passive?
I know I heard Valev say it, so.
What's your
Oh,
passive?
he said get to the roof. My passive is. What the heck? 18.
18. Yes, you heard Derek yell for you to come into the chimera.
Alright. So I am going to first go ahead and. Is there any more exploding little things?
You don't see any, no.
Okay. You said I am in like the middle of this.
You are
can't-
right here. You're in base with a Dragonborn and a Wyvern.
Okay. Dragonborn and a wyvern. Eh,
Means you have
I'll
attack
take
of
on.
opportunity.
I'm gonna take on the Dragonborn.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see if I can beat the shit out of this Dragonborn. And has it taken its turn yet? Oh no.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
That doesn't stop it from hitting you back, though.
Oh no. I have stuff for that. I'm gonna reckless attack as well.
Oh man.
That's a 28 with natural 28.
So is that a natural 20?
Yes, natural
Okay.
20.
All right. Remember, you don't need to add your modifier for nat 20s, guys. If you get a nat 20, call it a natural 20 and let me know.
Natty
Okay.
20, baby.
Yeah,
Natty 20.
so that'll hit. So it's either times 2 or twice the dice.
Yeah, I'm just rolling. It does not want to roll for me. When D&D Beyond wants to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
17 plus 6. So that is 21 points of damage.
17,
Oh wait, no, 20.
23.
23. Yeah, 23. Sorry. And that'll be my first attack, and attack again.
Okay.
17.
17 will not hit.
Okay. Oh crap! I didn't do advantage. Fudge.
Do
Give me a second.
advantage. Yep.
Nope, 17.
Okay. That will not hit. You watch as your weapon bounces off the heavy armor of the Dragonborn.
And you said I was 15 feet from the window?
Correct.
Oh, I was how many feet from the door?
20.
20? I'll get to the door. I'll disengage and run to the door.
Okay. You'll be able to
As a bonus action.
You'll be able to disengage from the Dragonborn, but the Wyvern will get an attack of opportunity on you. And when you go to disengage, you watch as
Can I disengage from the wyvern and not the dragonborn?
you're engaged with both. You're in base with both.
Yeah, I was wondering. I feel like the wyvern does a lot more.
Let me just double check something really
You're about to
quick.
find out.
I
You're about to find
I
out
feel
what
like
you
it does a
more.
lot more. I'd be running from that versus the dragonborn that's my size.
Well, he was the one that hit you last time.
He is going to use his legendary reaction to do a Sentinel Strike. That will be 17 plus 5, 22. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 16.
You are unable to disengage. You are stuck
Uh-oh.
in place as he used Sentinel Strike on you.
Oh, no.
I can't even move. Too.
Damn it. You're going to have to stand there and take hit after hit. You should have just run.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, it was, I couldn't even run.
DM, how can I stop
You
Derek from
actually-
doing his turn?
So, however,
Alright.
Derek, you did see Apollo attempt to run back towards the door. As he does so, you watch as the Dragonborn takes out the huge, heavy-handed sword and prevents him by attacking him, pulling him back into base. That's a trigger enough for you to attack, in my opinion.
I'm also this card. I got it. Do I add sneak attack because I have advantage or no? I'm not.
Yes.
Because I don't
Okay.
do that.
Well,
And who is it
wait. So hold on. So Apollo, remember, there's no one else in base with the two targets. Just you.
Yeah.
He was reckless,
Reckless attacking though.
so he had advantage.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Add sneak attack. For the first strike. The second strike you did
Yeah.
not hit. Yeah. So for the first strike, go ahead. With that, Derek, you do have the ability to attack now.
Which creature was it that hit him?
The
Or
one,
is stopping him from going forward? The Wyvern?
the Dragonborn, directly in front of him.
The Dragonborn is?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to put 2 arrows in his face, and I can roll normal since I have my gloves.
Correct.
Look at the modifier. Plus, okay, cool. So, first attack is a
16.
28.
That'll hit.
Okay. The second attack is a 30.
That'll hit as well. Both will hit.
Okay, cool. D8. Alright, one does 11 damage and another does 9.
Nice. All right, so that'll finish your attacks. That'll finish your turn, Apollo, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action and toss a small orb in the direction of the window. That
Failure decks.
That will land directly in front of the window. You have 3/4 cover at this point, Derek. So give me a deck save with advantage, please.
Sweet.
Velev, give me a regular deck save. Apollo, you're not in range.
Can I see it?
Yes, you can. You saw the orb get thrown in the direction of the window.
I got a 24.
24 will pass. You'll take half of 14 points of lightning damage.
30-20.
That will pass. You take half of 14 points of lightning damage as when the orb strikes in front of the window, this huge explosion of lightning about 5 feet, 10 feet in diameter, and then and blows a significant hole in front of the window.
Son of a bitch!
That will finish his
That's
legendary
my
action.
building. Hey, that's my building. How rude.
All right, Kai, you are
A
up.
young girl is screaming somewhere.
Kai, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the second round.
All right. I'm going to turn to Arena and say, Velev says to get to the roof right away. And I'm going to take my bonus action and move my flaming sphere behind the Dragonborn that's attacking Apollo right now.
Okay. Oops. wrong
And
one.
smack him with that.
There we go. All right. Go for it.
And that's a dex save, please, of 18.
That is a 24.
Dang
How
it.
dare he.
Okay, well, I'm going to take my action and go ahead and grab Blaze out of the corner he's hiding in and just book it as far as I can possibly run.
So before you start to
Towards
run, you begin to realize that there is no access to the roof other than from the outside of the Chimera.
Oh, fun. Okay.
There
So
are
can we go out
numerous
back, or
windows
do
that
we
you
have to
could.
go out front?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's numerous windows that you could attempt to use to climb up onto the
Not-
roof.
No, don't have the dex to do that, and I've got a dog in my arms. Nope. I'll take the stairs. Can I go out the back door?
If you use your move and your action, because the flaming sphere was a bonus action, right?
Yep.
So your move and your action, what's your movement rate?
My movement is 30.
30. So 60 feet will get you down the hallway and to the base of the stairs. The rear door is another 40 feet away.
Okay. I'll get myself as far as I can towards
Okay.
that rear door.
That's where you finish your turn. We're now at the top of the second round. Velev, you are up, and Arena's on deck. I love it when Cesare thinks. He's just got that focused, doing like DPS algorithms in his head. If I do this, I can do this, but I can't do this, this, or this. Maybe this. You're muted, Velev.
My recent diagnosis of severe ADHD is literally going over 15 currently 15 different combinations of what different options are. But I have a question about one in particular.
Here we go. Here comes the creativity, people.
Mm-hmm.
So with Wild Shape, and I'm just trying to make sure that I understand this correctly. With Circle of the Moon druids,
Mhm.
they have higher CRs for the what I'm able to wild shape into. Is there a
Yes.
certain point where, because I know at lower levels you're not able to morph into something that has a fly or a swim speed, and I wasn't sure if there was something that allowed that, or at what point that was allowed. So that was just a general
I can-
question.
I can look
It
at
should
my,
be in the druid thing.
real quick.
It should be in the
Yeah,
wild
I
shape
couldn't find it.
portion of Druid somewhere. I honestly am not sure. It's either a level issue or
Oh no, sorry, that was my question. If it's a character level or a class level, because in beast shapes,
It's a
second,
class
fourth,
level.
and
it's a
eighth,
class level. Gotcha.
It's a class thing.
Now I know what
Class
you're. Yeah,
level.
now I know your question. It's a class level.
Hey, Jason, guess what level I just got to in my druid?
What?
Level 8.
What are you changing into? Dare I ask? I'm looking at
I now can change into any beast that is, I believe CR2 or lower,
Correct.
because of Circle of the Moon
That is
druid.
correct.
And my limitations for flying and swim are no longer a thing.
So are
but
you wild shaping?
this was an option. I am not going to do that this round.
Okay.
Because I still have a decent amount of hit points as just my normal form. So I was just needing to, I'm like 3 steps ahead of like potential different variations. If you watch Loki, I feel like He Who Remains right now. I've seen it all.
We can see that you're positively giddy.
No, this is terror.
I'm pretty
It'd
sure
be like our last game where
you're about to poop Skittles. So
So there is the one Dragonborn right next to me, and then there is a Wavering. I don't know, Wyvering, how to say it.
Wyvern.
As
Wyvern.
well.
Yep, correct.
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
Are both Dragonborn red?
One is red and one is like a bronze color.
Okay. And last question.
Mhm.
If I were to cast a spell that had a 15-foot cube, would I be able to cast it in a way that wouldn't hit either of my allies?
Yes, I'm okay with that. You would barely miss Apollo. You would get the Dragonborn and 2 Wyverns.
I would like to go ahead and cast. Where'd it go? There. Thunder Wave at 4th level.
What at 4th
So they
level?
all need to at 4th level. So they all need to do a con save.
You watch as the Dragonborn goes, and you hear counter spell in your head at 5th level.
Oh, you bitch! You bitch!
What a jerk.
Counter spell.
You just feel the magic dissipate in your mind.
It was such a risky move because it's a full action, and I tapped 2 regular attacks that I could.
But you already knew that was going to happen. Remember, you saw all variables in your head.
I know, which that was one that I was hoping would possibly not. Was that counterspell a reaction or a legendary thingy?
It was a
It's
reaction.
a reaction.
A reaction. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me mark the spell slot off so I don't forget.
Because he didn't use his reaction, he used his legendary reaction last time.
Right.
Actually, they both did, so.
I just got nerfed so hard. Shit.
This might be one of the more intense ones you guys have done so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't do much for bonus actions. I don't really have any for that. Pretty sure. Yes, these are all action. None of them are bonus action. I really should choose some bonus action spells if I have any.
I keep
Cool.
thinking
So
the same thing.
that sucks. I still have movement, so I'm going to take a 1 or 2 or 3 attacks of opportunity and continue moving inside.
The Dragonborn hits you with a 22,
Yeah, just hits.
and that he is also going to use his Sentinel of Force and lock you into
What
place.
a dick.
How much damage?
12 points of slashing damage.
12.
They
12.
really are jerks. They really are
Okay.
jerks.
Well, to help you guys focus more on tonight, we are definitely in the midst of a milestone.
Oh, yay. Yay.
Which means if we live, we get to
so-
level.
In about
Yeah.
12
If we live.
episodes,
If
in
we
about, no, sorry, 11 more episodes, we should be able to level up because this is a 12-part combat, so...
Exactly.
Okay, so my movement was nerfed. My main action was nerfed. Hey, Jason, I love you, but fuck off, man.
So that'll
Fuck out there.
finish Valev's
I'm trying to
turn.
get to the-
Arena, you are up, and then the bad guys are on deck.
Okay, so Kai said get to the roof, and
Yep.
then she ran down the stairs. Out, and then down
we
the stairs.
start a new round, right? They all have
Oh.
to save against my
Oh.
oath spirits.
So sorry.
That's at their
owls.
next turn, right?
Oh yeah, roll a d20
At
for
the beginning of their turn.
roll.
And then also, hold on, before that, concentration on the
Okay.
owls.
Yeah.
And the owls. You also forgot to.
Yeah, that was an 18
That'll be good. Now give me a d20 for the owls.
for their
I'm
attack.
sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, oh shoot. Where's my giant owl? There it is.
Bang.
It's 18 on the dice plus...
That'll definitely hit.
3 to hit.
Yep. What's their damage type?
Slashing.
No, I'm sorry. 2d what?
2d6.
2d6. And there's 8 of them.
Yes.
So 8 times max damage is how much?
12 times 8.
Is
I don't math, man.
96.
12 times 8 is
Times
96.
8 is 96.
And then they also get a plus 1. So it's 2d6 plus 1.
So that
So
there's
that would be
so
plus an
100
96 plus 6.
No, 8. So that would be
8.
104. What's half of 104?
52.
So your average damage on a hit is going to be
That's
52. Is 52 points of damage, and as they swarm the insects, at least 3 of the insects explode. Each of the owls, 3 of the owls now make dex saves, please.
Natural 19 plus 2, 17 plus 2, 17 plus 2.
Okay, so they each take half of 18 points of acid damage from the exploding insects.
Okay, so 3 of them are down to half.
Okay, that'll finish that. Arena, you are up, and then the bad guys are on deck.
So Kai ran out the building.
Well, no,
Where-
I'm still inside, but I
right,
went down.
but-
the stairs, just so you know.
you know, you're not going. You're not like going out the window and up onto the roof. You
no,
just told
I'm
me.
going down.
You just told me get on the roof. So my
Yep.
question is, where
Okay.
our back doors are? Because I assume she's not going to the front doors. Is there a window
No.
that I can access? That's above the front door. Like, where's
That's
the
what
window?
we're looking out of.
Right, but we're at the front door. Aren't we at the front door?
No, you and Kai are on the second floor, looking
Right.
out the window down below, and
And
below.
are we looking at our
you're-
front door, or are
front.
we looking at our back door? I thought we were
Front
looking at
door.
our front door.
Correct, front door.
Okay. So my assumption is she's running to the back door.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a window above the back door?
You know the Chimera pretty well. There is a window in the main hallway that would be above the back door.
And how close to that am I?
You're a solid 80 feet away from that.
Okay. I am going to let's see. I think I have mounted combatant on this one, which means I can get up and off of him easy, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Is that what
It's your skill, not mine.
that's what I'm looking
Yeah, I think your mount dismount
I-
doesn't take an action.
can't tell. Okay. So
under-
I'm going to invoke my Boots of Speed.
Okay. That should double your speed.
It does double my speed. And then I'm going to... I think it's just a double clicking. Is that a bonus action? For the
No,
Boots of
it's just
Speed? Let me check.
invocation.
Okay. And then I'm going to climb on to Ghost and tell Ghost to go to the window that I'm thinking of.
Okay. What's ghost speed again?
50.
50. At the end,
He double moves.
correct.
Does that count as his, action and
I'll
movement
say
and-
collectively, you and him moving together make it to
Okay.
the window at your full move.
Cool.
That'll use up all your move and your action to get there. So
Oh,
you
man,
still
and
have
my action.
you still have your bonus action, but you're
Okay.
now out of range of your spiritual hammer.
That's okay. It can blink out.
Okay.
My bonus action, I would like to take a grappling hook and a rope out of my bag of holding.
Okay. I'll finish your turn.
How tall is the building? Is it more than 50 feet?
No.
Okay, then yeah.
You're
just
on
one
the
rope.
second floor. The third floor is still under construction. So that's just another 10 feet up until you get on to the top of the thatched roof.
Okay. And then do I still have time this round to... because I don't think the grappling hook is attached to a rope. Would it be attached to a rope already? Or is it not attached
It's
to
a
a rope?
kit. I'll let it go as a kit. So you're
So
good.
attached to a rope?
Sure.
Okay. So I have grappling hook and rope. Cool.
Okay.
At the window, over the back door.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That'll finish your turn.
Yeah.
Wait, can I
That'll
open
take
the
us to
window?
the top of the Dragonborn's turn. But before we do that, the Dragonborn, I need everybody in front of the Chimera to make dex saves, please. However, Valev, Gulsha, and Apollo, the three of you have advantage as you recognize the sounds of incoming cannon fire.
Oh.
However, the Dragonborn and the Wyverns do not recognize it.
Ah.
Was I, well, I already had
Let's
it.
go, squad.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, that'll pass. You will.
Do I need to roll?
No, you are inside.
23.
23. That will
32 on
pass.
spell.
Gulsha, what'd you get?
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, so all three of you recognizing the sound, you immediately drop to the ground as a few feet in the air, and you watch as the first wyvern's head is ripped from its shoulders,
Awesome.
and it just drops to the ground. You watch as the next wyvern, its wing is shredded, it cracks and goes limp. The other Dragonborn turns and gets pelted with something. The other Dragonborn turns, gets pelted with something from the high explosions that are going off right above. Arena, just as you made your way back to the back, you watch as the entire wall of the upper portion of the Chimera blast in from these high explosions. You stop at the end of the
I wasn't
hallway.
standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
Stop
that,
blowing holes in my
Glad we
building.
moved.
And
Ah.
I'm like, my building!
off in the
So good,
distance,
Derek.
off in the distance, Gulsha, you recognize the firebrand, the Vite, as he is bringing the full force of about a dozen cavalry bearing down into the insect
Yay.
creatures. They're maybe 2 or 3 rounds away from the Chimera. It's hard to tell. Meanwhile, Valev, you also realize there's at least 2 or 3 columns of Brachus's men with rifles beginning to just wade into the insect creatures. You're getting the feeling that things are becoming organized, that people are,
Rallying.
there's points where people are rallying. They're taking advantage of the new equipment that they have. And it's also because I rolled really high on the encounter table. So things are reacting, and other creatures and other individuals are beginning to reform into this. Gulsha, you watch as Unther and 6 of your Templars are coming from the direction of the Sunrise Temple, as well as the newly formed Temple of the Raven Queen off in the distance. You can hear horns, rallying cries, materialize. You can even see the private retinue of Silverhand and his bodyguards drifting in and weighing into the full mass of these insect creatures that are just exploding all around. Chaos is ensuing. This entire situation is now unfolding completely around you. One wyvern lies dead at your feet. High explosions going off, rifle fire going off. The one remaining wyvern looks very rough, and the two dragonborn kind of exchange momentary glances, but seem intent on staying the course. What do they need to make saves on your guardians?
Wisdom save.
They have advantage on those.
What about the wyvern?
That is a 24 and a 22, and then the wyvern does not have advantage. That is a 14 for the wyvern.
So they take half of 11 points of damage,
Okay.
or 11 points of damage if they didn't save.
Gotcha. So 5 for the Dragonborn, and then 11 for the Wyvern, who already just took 82 points of damage from the explosion. All right. That will finish the save. It's now their turn. Apollo, 3 attacks coming at you from the Dragonborn.
That one needs to make another dex save against my flaming sphere.
Okay. That is a 19.
Dang it.
3 attacks coming at Apollo.
I'm trying.
That is a 22, a 21, and a 12. So Apollo will take...
I don't think
I
the
can't hear
12
you.
hits.
Oh. Apollo, did you hear me?
I think he's muted.
Are you muted?
No, he's
No,
not
he's
muted.
not muted.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now we
Yeah, there
can.
you are.
So,
Alright,
There's your problem.
2 of them hit.
right. That is 44 points of slashing damage, halved to 22, because you are raging. And I do need a con save, please.
Shoot. Come on, roll. There you go.
Roll high.
That is a 15.
That will fail. You take 12 points of cold damage, and you are currently paralyzed.
Oh, man.
Great.
Alright,
Stuck
was
out
I
there.
already not?
Movement? What's movement? I don't know what movement is.
Yep,
I don't need
no.
to use it.
Overrated.
All right. That will
Spreading out the battle, you know, fighting more than 5 feet away from another person.
Who does that?
He is going
Nobody.
to bonus action invoke the will of Merkel. There are 3 attacks coming at you, Gulsha.
Sorry, how much
Merkel's
damage
will
was it?
is overrated.
It was 44 points of slashing, halved to 22 because you are raging, and then it was
He's unconscious.
okay. So Paulo is currently on the ground, paralyzed and unconscious. Oh,
Is what
unconscious.
I was
He's
worried
just
about.
unconscious.
Yeah. So with that, Gulsha, you watch as the Dragonborn in front of you grabs the medallion at its neck, and you watch as energy begins to surge into his hands, wielding the massive axe, and the axe is coming down in your direction for 3 attacks.
Mhm.
That
Oh, shoot, axing? Sorry.
you're killing me, Apollo. Killing me, man.
This guy, I have the Guardians, I forgot. I forget about stuff.
All right, so on you, Gulsha, that is a 27,
Mhm.
a 32, and a 29.
They all hit.
Oh,
Okay?
oh.
And you get the feeling whatever he just invoked gave him the ability to suddenly be able to hit you.
Okay.
So I'm going to do all those at once. So does that mean you're at 1 hit point, Apollo?
I am at 5 hit points. I forgot this card. I can reduce 2d6 damage. And they also have disadvantage on attacking anybody else besides me.
Do they have to be within a certain range?
It would be that one, right?
The first creature that this is the first creature that I hit. So
Right.
yeah, I think
But-
it was.
And he would be
It's
paralyzed right
3 minutes
now?
of damage.
Yes, he
I'd still
would.
be
Yeah,
paralyzed.
Yeah,
he
you'd
would.
still be paralyzed right now. Gulsha, that'll be 72 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a con save, please.
All right. 13.
13, that'll fail. Take 12 points of cold damage, and you are paralyzed as well.
Man, and I do not know this.
You do not.
Mm, do not.
And I believe that'll cause your guardians to drop or not. Is it? Did we ever? How long do your guardians last for, Gulsha? Because they work differently for you. They're not concentration for you.
Well, you told me as it is as per the spell, so they last 10.
Oh, if it is
10
per
minutes.
then hold on one sec.
Is it is it a minute or is it 10 minutes?
I said 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's up to 10 minutes. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Go ahead and give me another con save. I'll see if you can hold on to this spell while paralyzed, but I'm not really sure if you're able to or not.
Are you able
be,
to hold on to raging?
Paralyzing doesn't affect your.
You don't
Focus.
unrage unless you don't attack for a turn or get attacked for a turn.
Correct.
Yeah, so you're
Okay.
still raging, and if you get hit, you'll still keep your rage.
Yeah, he's just pissed.
It
Frozen
doesn't say
pissed.
that it drops
Paralyzed and
concentration.
Nope, it doesn't. You're good. So your guardians are still up. However,
22.
yeah, they have. Yeah, so for paralyzed, you're considered incapacitated, cannot move or speak, auto fail strength and dex saves. Hostiles have advantage. Attacks that hit you from within 5 feet are automatic critical hits.
Yeah,
Ouch.
Okay.
yeah, that sucks.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so that will finish that one's turn. The wyvern
Needs
good.
to die.
It's going to come after Velev. Since the other wyvern is down. So the bite attack, Velev, that is a 2 + 5 is 7, or 2 + 3 is 5. First claw, 10 + 2 is 17. Does that hit? I don't think so, right? And then 10 + 2 is 12. So the wyvern once again goes after you to no avail. That will finish the bad guy's turn.
turn
Gulsha,
sucked.
you are up. And then, God, why am I having a hard time reading my writing today? Derek, you're on deck.
Okay. Let me just check something real quick.
Your turn sucked. Just saying. Look.
I'm going to use the power of my circlet to
Okay.
invoke a divine intervention.
You have to be able to speak.
Oh,
And you're
Oh.
currently paralyzed.
great. Well, I don't do anything then. I'm just staying there paralyzed.
All right, that will
Can
finish.
you try and unparalyze? Is there a
Actually,
save?
yes. Thank you. At the end of your turn, Gulsha, give me another con save, please.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
22.
22 will do it. You're no longer paralyzed.
Okay.
And that will finish your turn. Derek, you are up. Apollo's on deck.
Sweet beans. Apollo's paralyzed, right?
Yes, he is.
Cool. I'm gonna yoink him inside. That's my bonus
Yep.
action.
He auto,
can't
yeah.
do a dex save.
Nope, he
Not
auto
a
fails.
Amazing.
Perfect.
So here's what's going to happen. This is going to be
Yeah,
fun.
there's gonna be
This is going to be
attacks
fun.
of
So
opportunity? Is there
The
attacks
bind
of
does not
opportunity?
do damage, by the way. So
correct. So the Dragonborn's not a complete idiot. He sees this happening, and he's going to attempt to sentinel the effort. So if he hits Apollo, then Apollo's going to be held in place regardless of the vine. But I'm going to allow you and the Dragonborn to contest. That way it's your strength versus their strength. And if you beat them, you'll be able to pull Apollo inside. So first, I got to hit Apollo, which is with advantage.
If he's raging, does that cancel each other out? Just curious.
That's not quite how it works, but I appreciate the effort, babe. That is going to be a 23 to hit, so that will successfully hit Apollo. That'll also be a crit.
Damn it.
So from the Sentinel hit on,
Apollo's unconscious.
yeah, that's going to be 14 points of slashing damage from the crit. I rolled really low. However, this is how it's going to look. So, Derek, you now have an unconscious Apollo wrapped in the vine. You have the creature using its weapon in an attempt to hold Apollo in place. I'm going to make a regular strength check versus either your athletics or acrobatics. You're free to choose.
Okay. I am athletics.
Go for it.
All right. That is a 22.
I rolled an 18. You guys, for Velev and Golshai, you just see an unconscious Apollo get ripped through the window and into the Chimera.
And that was a disadvantage. So I managed to roll a 15
He is no
plus
longer,
7.
and now he is no longer paralyzed or raging.
Yeah, you'll see him. His eyes go up for a second, and then go unconscious as his body gets dragged off.
All right. That
However,
was my...
Apollo take 3 points of slashing damage from being pulled through the jagged entrance into the Chimera. So you have 1 auto fail on your death save. So that will finish that. Derek, anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I still have 2 attacks in Dudley. Since the town seems to be getting better, we don't have to really hunker down anymore. How bad does that Wyvern look?
He's looking a little rough. The one wing looks pretty shredded and slightly kind of like broken at the shoulder joint to where its back
Dudley's
is.
going after. Dudley's going to charge out the window and jump onto the Wyvern.
I totally
And
forgot to
attack
get out you a Dudley. I do that sometimes. I forget. I've been playing Tailspire for so long, I kind of forgot all of the...
Yeah, I just do my little finger whistle, and he's going to go out the window and attack the closest thing, which is that Wyvern.
All right, go for it.
All right, and let me see.
To the window. To the wall.
Oh, shit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Calista.
Does a 16 hit the Wyvern?
It does. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I love
Okay,
it.
that is 14
Weird.
points,
I knew you were hood.
and then I'm guessing a 12 does not hit.
12 does not hit, no.
Okay, then. And now I will send 2 arrows at that other Dragonborn.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, oh, these are normal. So, yes, that is a 27.
27 will hit.
D8, 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 D8. Where did I put my D8? There. That is 11 points for the first one, and then the second is a... Oh, I got another 16 on that, so another 27.
That'll hit.
No, come here. Inside, stop. Okay,
Right,
that
right back, guys.
is 9 points.
Uh-oh, who do I lose?
You lost me for a second. Sorry.
Okay. I gotta blank my outbound. Give me 1 sec.
So 20 total points of piercing damage.
Nice. All right, anything else you'd like to do? You still have your move.
Yeah, I'm gonna get away from the window, just sort of backing as far away as I can, but still able to keep sight on things going on the inside or on
Okay.
the outside.
Fair enough. That'll finish your turn. Apollo, give me a death save, please.
That is a fail.
What'd you get?
5.
5. Yes, that is two failed death saves so far. That'll finish your turn. Kai, you are up. You're at the back door at this point. And
Oh, I
as
thought
you,
I was at the stairs.
well, yeah, you're at the base of the stairs. You can see the back door. You can see where the high
Can
moons.
I see up front?
So from where you are, you can see that something is going on at the front of the Chimera. There's a lot of fighting, movement, activity, yelling, and screaming. You can see that the high moons are trying to get the fire under control, and the bullywog is fighting off the remaining insects in this area. The back door is closed. However, you hear a clattering noise, and you can now see a rope swinging against the window to the right side of the back door.
Okay.
What would you like to
I
do?
have no idea where that came from, so I can't see the actual fight that's going on in the front, like inside.
No,
the door.
between the smoke and the kind of everything going on, it's very hard to tell.
Ah, crud. I'm sorry, Apollo, but I don't see you down, so I am not running out there through a bunch of bugs. I'll just keep, I'll open the back door and look out first before I go running out here.
Yeah, look out. Doesn't seem like there's anything out in the back area. Just a lot of like detritus and debris from some recent swarm activity of the insects moving about. Turning and looking, you can see a window open above you where a grapple hook and a rope are currently being secured.
Okay, so there are stairs that go up, you said?
No, there are no stairs.
Oh, I thought you said roof access. Okay, so I guess I'm going to be trying to figure out how to stuff my dog into my backpack with... I'm going to pull Dax out so he can fly.
Okay.
And try and shove the dog into my backpack and start climbing that rope up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me athletics.
Okay. I don't think I'm really good at athletics. Let's see. Nope, I'm not. That was athletics. Oh, yeah. So that makes it a 6. Yeah, no.
It wasn't a 1. That's all I was looking for. Arena, looking down, you could see that Kai is now beginning to scale the side of the wall and climbing up off the rope and grapple that you've set up. So
and I did the rope and grapple. My goal was up on, the higher.
Correct.
Above us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's starting to climb, and you're looking to see where you set it up above you, and there's now a rope that's kind of tense, and someone's climbing. You look down to see Kai now is beginning to climb up.
Yeah.
So, because it wasn't a great athletics, go ahead and give me acrobatics with disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage. So that's...
Don't die.
I'll try not to. Acrobatics. At least I have a plus in that, so that's an 8.
Yeah, you're currently doing this in difficult terrain, so you're at half movement to go up this rope.
Okay. Go ahead of me, Arena. Keep
All right, that will finish your turn. Top of the third round. Velev, you are up. Arena, you're on deck.
Okay. Now, Jason.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here
If it's not Apollo, it's Velev. I swear to God.
It's a question about the staff of summoning that you had given us.
Correct.
Or me.
Yep.
When summoning through the staff, is it something that I have to concentrate on? Because it says 3 times a day I'm able to summon a creature that is half the PC level. And 1 time a week, I can cast Polymorph at 9th level.
Yes, these are...
Now,
casting
Polymorph is a spell, so that is concentration, but I wasn't sure if summoning was, because when summoning things...
It's just like your owls.
Okay, so when summoning things with spells, this is why I was curious, because it's an item with a bag of tricks that is also a summoning thing, but I actually don't concentrate on them. when
Oh,
I
then
had the
go
bag
with
of
that.
tricks.
That's easier to remember. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
it's
wanted to
only
see if
the
there was a
polymorph.
difference.
The polymorph portion of the staff is the greater concentration. So yeah.
Where you have to concentrate on that.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
You guys are digging deep.
No, I was going through everything in my inventory. I'm like, what could help in this moment? And you know what I think can help? A fucking mammoth. That's what I think can help. So, before I use my staff of summoning,
Have you
I'm
seen a
going to
mammoth?
take a step back. I'm not turning into a mammoth.
Oh, I know.
I am calling forth a mammoth to help us using the
Mhm.
staff.
Yep.
So if I can step back first, I'm going to try and get this boy to attack me and use a reaction. So I'm going to try and step away from him for part of my movement.
Okay. And he's going to sentinel you if you do this. So he's going to attack you.
Yep.
That is a 24.
It hits.
Okay. So that is 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And you can no longer move.
That's fine.
forget,
Concentration check is
He's already seen this.
the first one is a 15, the second is a 16 for the owls to keep
Okay.
concentration.
So I believe you're okay there.
Okay, so I am then going to use the staff.
And before you do
And-
that, just as a reminder, it will have summoning sickness.
Yes.
So it cannot go until the start of its next turn.
Is it using the same initiative as me, or is it have its own?
It's using the same initiative as you if you want to, or you can have it have its own initiative. It's up to you. But either way, it's going to have summoning sickness.
So it won't be until next round.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. So where would you like the mammoth to go?
Just right there in the middle, so it's all still centered. Yeah, that's great. Can it be a little bit more to the side so it's engaged with the Dragonborn? Yeah, there we go. So
Okay.
literally like a millimeter over so that it's in base with something.
Fair enough. Anything else you'd like to do?
Everything else.
Using the staff as a full action, yes. Yes, of
Correct.
course. No movement. The only thing left would be a bonus action, and for those, I can combat wild shape. I still have some good hit points. I'm good. That's gonna be it. Staying there.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for your owls.
Staying alive.
21.
That'll hit. So once again, they do 52 points of damage on average. That's going to be 3 creatures destroyed. Give me 3 dex saves.
Make them. Roll high.
Wait, hold on. Get that. Where's their dex? Oh, +2. 16, 12, 18.
2 succeed, 1 fails. The one that failed takes 12 12. What'd you do? What did I say before? Because it's the same every time. 12 points, right?
It was 9.
So 18. So the ones that failed take 18 points of acid damage, and the other 2 take 9.
Okay, so 3 owls got hit before. Would any of those be...
That's your choice.
Ones.
That's your choice.
Okay. So 2 only take 9 and 1 takes 18.
Correct.
Got it.
You keep track of that yourself, because I'm just imagining they're out there just attacking and swarming, and it's chaos out there at this point.
Gotcha.
Pandemonium.
All right, Arena, you are up, and then the bad guys are on deck.
Okay. It's an action to put Ghost in my necklace.
Yes.
So I'm going to put Ghost in my necklace. I'm going to
Okay.
pat him and say, okay, time to go in the necklace, and I'm going to climb up the rope.
Okay. Go ahead and give me athletics.
And athletic. 13.
13 will get you started. Now give me acrobatics. Check your movement speed.
That's 17, and I still have my boots of speed activated.
So give me advantage.
That is an 18.
Yeah, you're hauling ass. You're at full movement for this based
Cool.
on your boots of speed. In fact, I'll say at the end of your move and action, you pull yourself up on top of the roof. Looking down, if you continue to stabilize the rope, this will allow it to be regular terrain for Kai. If you don't
I am
stabilize
stabilizing the rope.
Okay, so you're now helping Kai get up on the roof as well. All right,
Yes.
that will finish your turn. The bad guys are now up. Yeah.
Sorry, Apollo, I don't know you died. I mean, are down.
I know me neither. I'm like, dang
Check
it.
something.
Last I heard was get to the roof.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, no.
Following
Apollo's
instructions
definitely
from
dead.
Beleb.
Even if he gets to his next turn, he's probably dead.
Valev,
I pulled you away from all the enemies, so.
Valev, I need the mammoth to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yep, one sec. Let me just go ahead and pull up their stats. Cause
I mean, it's a mammoth. It's so wise.
Yeah,
They
all
should be.
pachyderms are wise, right?
All
are
packet.
wise.
Yeah. They keep a lot of stuff in their trunk.
mammoth. There we go.
Lots of notes. Cheat
Wisdom.
sheets,
Actually,
you
it's
know.
just it's a 0, so it's just a straight roll.
Nice. 10. Nice.
11.
Oh, it's an 11?
11.
Natural 19.
Natural 19. The spell DC
Nice.
was a 19. The mammoth manages to resist
Oh.
dominate monster, and it is not under the control of the Dragonborn.
Out of here.
Oh.
Get out of here.
That was
Oh,
that was a fast save, my friend.
So it's actually not a monstrosity. It is a beast.
Well, it's
I don't
same.
know if that makes a difference.
It's same thing for dominate monster. It's either monster or beast. It's all the same.
Does that mean that I can either summon or possibly, or sorry, not summon, shift into, or no, those are just beasts.
What do you mean?
Like for
Yeah,
my
you can only
wild, for
shift into
wild shape.
beasts.
Yeah, your wild
shape's
shape
only
has to
beast.
No,
be.
wild shape is specifically beast. This spell
Beasts, yeah.
is monsters
Gotcha.
or beasts.
Gotcha.
It's a
Cool, cool,
little.
cool.
I hate the fact that it's called dominate monster. It's it's a higher echelon than dominate person, which is any humanoid. Dominate monster is any beast or monster.
Or does that include creatures? Is creature everything humanoid included?
Kind of. That's why I prefer to think of it as dominate. I'd like to call it that, but creature means humanoid, monster, beast, everything. So
And there's a difference.
yeah, it's always
Yeah.
the verbiage and the differences. But this is this was his action, and he failed.
And you see, this is why I ask questions, because here on TTRPG Academy, we what, Jason?
We teach and learn.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Plug.
So with that,
Don't die, Apollo. Don't die.
We learn and play.
he is going to. He has summoning sickness. He's going to shift.
Mm.
You know what? He can bonus action that, can he?
Ooh, now Jason's diving deep.
Yeah. Well, he
Ooh.
doesn't have much left in the tank, so it's the only thing he's got left.
He's getting desperate. All right.
Yeah. Where did I put those?
They were trying to take us down hard.
It's never good when the bad guys get desperate.
This is fortunately, like, I never have a chance to do any of the really cool stuff because the combat ends normally after Gulshaw shows up and swings like twice. So now that there's like actually a long combat, I'm able to like do summon stuff. I could shift. I could do like all kinds of things, and it's great.
Derek, give me an opportunity. So the Dragonborn is now flying 30 feet in the air. Dudley, give me an opportunity attack from Dudley really quick on the wyvern. It too is going to attempt to fly away.
Okie dokie.
How dare it
Oh hell no!
cut and run?
This
we
bitch.
freaking
Oh,
need
he's
that.
Okay.
not. He's not running.
You
Oh,
freaking-
yeah, I forgot. When Dudley attacks something, even a large
Grapple.
creature, they have to make a strength save. Otherwise, they
grapple.
get knocked. No, they get knocked prone.
Not
Yeah,
prone.
so that's a 27.
27 will hit, so go ahead and roll for damage. It's an opportunity attack, so there is no need for a strength save.
Yeah, but I forgot about this previous turn.
Right. I rolled
that
an-
will be.
I rolled an 18 on that one for the previous retcon.
So he made it for the previous one.
Yeah. That'll be a 11.
11 points. So the wyvern is now flying. Oh my gosh. I did not grab all of my appropriate tools.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Flying.
Flying wyverns. Not good. Not good.
All right. So when the wyvern is now going to use its breath weapon, so Gulsha and Valev, give me a dex save, please.
Decent.
Roll high.
I got a 23.
23. Valev.
Keep rolling.
Deck save, yes.
Yep.
17.
17. Both will save. You guys take 18, half of 18 acid damage, 9 points of acid damage from its breath weapon.
Owie.
That will finish the wyvern's turn. The dragonborn in base with you, Valev, and
Got a 14 on concentration for the owls.
correct.
Okay. You said Dragonborn in base with me?
Yeah, with you and Gulsha. Gulsha is going to continue at you. It recognized that
Continue
you...
at you.
Yes. 3 attacks. That is a 28, a 23, and a 14.
One hit.
Okay. Ooh, max dam. Practically max damage. That's 32 points of slashing damage.
I'm down.
Dare you? Shit.
Crap.
Gulsha is currently
Oh.
down. But he did all 3 attacks on you. That will finish his turn. The Guardians will go away as well because you do have to be conscious for the oath to maintain itself. Is there a max distance on your flaming sphere, Kai?
As far as height goes, I can move it over barriers,
Yeah,
but I don't believe I can.
But you have to be able to see it to move it.
Yeah, I have to be able to see it.
So
To
does
move
that
it.
also
I
mean
can
does
only
it have?
cast it at a,
So is
well,
that
it's a concentration, so I'm assuming it's just existing as long as I'm thinking
what's-
about it. But I can't move it right now until I can look at it again.
what's the
I
range?
don't know.
What's the range?
Oh, it's a 5-foot sphere. I don't know. Oh, my range from how far away I can cast it. 60 feet away from me.
Burning sphere, right?
Flaming.
Flaming sphere.
Yeah, it just says I can put it where I see it, and I can only, I assume, move it when I see it, but it doesn't say anything about it being dismissed
Right,
if
right,
I
right.
can't see it. It lasts a minute. So if it's been a minute, then it might be
I
gone.
don't think so. It hasn't been 10 rounds yet because we did 6 rounds before, and we're on round number 3 now. So I think you've got one more round with it. That
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All
yeah,
right.
it's
So
a
that will
matter of
stay.
I can't see it, so I can't move it, and the guy just moved 30 feet in the air, so he's away from it.
So he's going to stay there. He's not going to invoke his fly. Yep, that'll finish the bad guys. Gulsha, give me a death save, please. And you have advantages because you're within a mile of the Raven Queen's church
Temple?
or temple.
So
Yes,
I
thank you.
got a. What is that? A con save or?
Just roll a d20 twice.
Okay, it's 16.
That'll save. So you currently have 1 success on your death save. That will
Okay.
finish your turn. Derek, you are up. You are standing next to a unconscious and dying Apollo. You watch as the wyvern jumps 30 feet up in the air, as well as the dragonborn leaping 30 feet up in the air. You can currently see a mammoth.
Opportunity attack
For
me. They were in base with me.
the wyvern wasn't. The wyvern and the other dragonborn were in base with Apollo.
No, I thought you said. Oh, I
The
thought
mammoth.
You said that.
He's talking about the mammoth.
Yeah, but the mammoth has summoning sickness still. He can't
No,
do
no, no.
any-
I'm sorry. I thought you said that the dragonborn that was next
No,
to
for
me
no,
jumped
I'm
up as
describing
well.
no, I'm describing Derek's point of view because he can see the wyvern
Yeah.
jump up, and because the hole's been kind of blasted in the front of the chimera.
I thought that one was in base with me too.
No, the bronze, both the bronze dragonborn and the wyvern leap up into the air, leaving just.
Sorry,
the,
I really just wanted to use my warcaster feat. Okay.
Okay.
The red dragonborn is still in base with Velev. You can no longer see Gulsha. You get the feeling he might have collapsed onto the ground. You have Apollo at your feet, and you can hear activity everywhere. Cannon fire, gunshots, rifle shots. You can hear horses moving in to the general area. There's a lot of activity going on.
All right. I'm gonna move back forward to the window and see if I can get a bead on the dragonborn and the wyvern that were in front of me.
Looking directly out, you can see that they're hovering 30 feet above, right at the roof edge.
Cool. I am going to use my bolas. Oh yeah, I love using these things.
On which one?
First I'm gonna go for the wyvern.
Okay, going for its wings, correct? And what's the DC if you hit them?
The DC for them to get out on their turn is strength, and they have to
That's
they
right.
have to use their action.
Right. So at
But
the
if I hit-
beginning if you hit them, do they fall immediately or at the beginning of the turn?
Immediately, because they're automatically grappled if I hit them.
I will give you this much. The wyvern is flapping its wings. The dragonborn looks like he might be magically flying.
Okay, yeah, then I'll still throw one at the wyvern though.
Okay, go for it.
The less we have in the air, the better.
I forgot to use my new fucking feet. I'd probably still be alive.
All right.
Guys, I'm sorry, guys. I don't play your characters. They're your characters.
No, no, it's not your fault. It's my fault.
All right,
I'm not blaming you.
that's a 27 to bola the wyvern.
Yeah, that's a definite hit, and that brings it back down to the ground. I will give it a dex save to see if it takes any damage.
Well, it is grappled, so
Yeah, but for falling damage. Because it just fell 30 feet.
yeah.
Is it
It'll
1d6 for 10
Yeah, it's
feet?
supposed to be 1d6 every 10 feet.
Right. So that'll save. So he'll take half of 8. He'll take 4 points of falling damage, but is not prone. He is merely grappled at this point.
And he takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage
Nice.
from the bola.
Oh, so this is fun. So, Velev, you watch as something comes whipping out of the chimera window. It begins to wrap around the wyvern's wings, and they shrink up around its body, and it just and it plummets, and its grizzled muzzle kind of comes up and stares in the window at Derek, and like it's about to blast its weapon, like its breath weapon at Derek. The bola from the wing just like lands on its head and sinks in, and it drops dead. It had after taking falling damage, it had 11 points left.
And I rolled max damage on that bola because it's 1d6 plus 5. So I rolled a 6 plus 5.
I look back to the window and just laugh and smile at him.
All
right.
Anything else you want to do, Derek?
How far would you say that dragonborn is from the vine?
Well, he's 30 feet up and 15 feet out, so 45 feet.
Okay, so he's outside the range of the vine then. All right. Because if it was within a 30-foot sphere, I was just gonna have it yoink him 20 feet towards it, and obviously at Dudley.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I guess I'll just put an arrow in him.
Go for it.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. That'll hit.
And that is 8 points of piercing damage. So after I throw the bulla, slam the wyvern onto the ground, I quickly whip out my bow and then fire an arrow at that dragonborn.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Is there any creature within range of Dudley's attack? Like, if he were to move.
If he were to move, there is another dragonborn engaged with Velev.
He'll go after that.
Okay. Go for it. He has advantage, pack tactics, because the dragonborn's in base with Velev and the mammoth.
Yep. That is a 23.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. I had to recalculate his AC because of his Oath of Merkel.
That is.
Merkel needs
I
to
just rolled max damage on that. That is
Nice.
17 points of damage
Nice.
for that first attack. And then the second attack, I don't think does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay, yeah.
And he rolled a 19 on his strength.
That saves barely.
Okay.
Because Dudley's stronger than a normal direwolf.
At the end of your turn, you see something very strange. You look down to see a bullywug hovering over Apollo, emptying a small red vial into Apollo's mouth.
Good job, Prince. Good
I
job.
rolled a natural 20 for Prince's perception.
Good job.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
his perception bonus is a +5. The DC I gave the ability for Prince to help was a 24.
Oh, jeez.
So
he had to roll
Apollo,
a 19 or a 20.
I'm going to let you roll 4d6 plus 4. So roll 4d6 and then add a 4. Because I know that there wasn't anything Derek could do. So, because Derek doesn't have any healing.
Right.
Other than maybe a medicine check, but
That's an action.
Yeah, that's an action.
Yeah. And you took down so much.
I mean, I could have shoved a healing potion in his mouth as well, but
That's an action.
Yeah.
Giving
It's
a
a bonus
potion.
action to take one yourself.
then,
Right.
then I wouldn't have been able to kill the
Yep.
wyvern.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's all
Exactly.
balanced. What'd you get,
Nope, did
Apollo?
good. You did good. Apollo, roll your dice. And we can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted.
3.
What'd you get?
23.
Okay, you have 23 hit points back. And you are now conscious and prone on the ground, and that will finish your turn. Kai.
I'm glad he did that because
I don't feel so bad.
I
Kai.
already felt that one.
Yeah. Kai, you are out
Mhm.
back. Arena is stabilizing the rope. Give me a acrobatics check, please.
Okay. Oh my god. I don't even want to know. Acrobatics, I forget if that's one. I think I have a +2, which will give me a 5.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'm not good at acrobatics. Yeah, 5.
You are
It's
struggling.
taking me a
Yeah,
long time to get up there.
You're barely halfway up at this point. And I'll say your action move and bonus action gets you to the
Me
point.
in real life.
Yeah, gets you to the point where Arena can help you up and over, and that will be your entire turn.
Okay.
That takes us to the top of the 4th round, which at the end of the 4th round, your flaming sphere will go away. So we are at the
That's funny.
top, technically, of the 10th round. So if anybody has at the end of 10 rounds or a minute of any effects that go away, keep that in mind. Although I know Gulsha had already been unconscious, and I know Apollo's no longer raging, but I like to keep track of those things for everybody. That brings us to Velev. Velev, you are up, and then Arena, you're on deck.
So I have a question.
You start every
Um,
round with that.
Yeah, would you mind moving your mouse off of my face, because I keep thinking it's something wrong,
Oh.
like in my hair.
Is
And
it?
I'm like,
Oh yeah, it is on your face. That's
Yeah.
great. How'd that happen?
Beautiful.
Oh, I had
Going
it.
like
Oh
this.
yeah.
I was like, and then I thought it was on my screen, so I wiped my screen, and then I looked, and on
I do
Twitch
that.
it was a lot clearer than in
It is.
Discord. So I noticed that it was your mouse, and it wasn't
Yeah,
just like a
I
white
do that.
flake
I
on my
forgot
hair.
that I forgot that I repopped Gulsha's camera, and then I forgot to move
Oh
the
my
mouse.
gosh, that's so funny.
So I've been
It's
hyper
fun.
fixating on that for the past like minute and a half, 2 minutes, and I was writing mammoth stats down and just completely lost track of what I was doing or what I had planned for this round. So let me just go ahead and take this all in real quick. The wyvern's dead, correct. The one dragonborn is still flying. The one is in base with me. Gulsha is down.
He is.
Down.
You look.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
He looks unconscious.
Okay. Okay. So the mammoth is capable of doing things this round. Yes.
Correct, because he's no longer suffering from summoning sickness. So you have three things. You have the mammoth that goes on your initiative. You still have the owls that are up that you're concentrating on. You're engaged with the dragonborn, and Gulsha is unconscious at your feet.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to do the owls at the end of my turn. That way, if I get hit, the concentration will affect them towards that.
Fair enough.
Since I'm not concentrating on the mammoth, can I have it go at the beginning of my turn?
Sure, that's
That
fine.
way, I just do like one, then me, then the owls. So
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
okay. Cool. How tall would you say a mammoth is?
8, 9 feet tall.
So if it were
That's
to say
really
stand,
short.
that's a really short.
We'll go 10
Like
feet.
elephants are
I
like
mean, there's
It's a lot
Elephants are about
12,
9,
13
10
feet
yeah.
tall.
yeah. We'll go 10 feet.
Okay, so it's a little elephant and not a mammoth. Okay.
Well, it ain't no mastodon.
Okay.
It's just short enough so it can't attack the dragonborn. So next question.
So what would you say that its jump height could be?
What's its? Well, I'll give it an athletics on that one. What's its strength?
Its strength is 24.
Yeah, that should.
Rena, use your legendary girlfriend ability.
What's the
It's got tusks and it's got
Yeah.
a trunk.
what's
I mean,
the
come
strength? What's
on,
the
right?
strength mod on it? Plus what?
Plus 7.
So 10
plus
feet.
7.
So if it were to get a running start, and with its strength mod, it can jump 20 feet straight up.
Okay. So I would like, for the record, just to contest the whole 10-foot thing, because I just looked and it says it's a huge beast and not a large beast. I don't know class size what that changes, but
No, that changes it. I'm okay with that. I'm not overly familiar with mammoths.
I am not either. I was frantically trying to write down its stats before I got
It's our
distracted by the
first
mouse.
mammoth.
What's
It's our first mammoth!
what's the height on huge? It should tell you. There should be a chart for that. I don't have the right. Well, wait, yeah, I do. I keep forgetting that. Oh, by the way, folks, I keep
You're
forgetting.
looking at books, aren't
It's
you?
right here at my side. This really cool Dungeon Master screen built by Ivar is totally cool.
Yeah.
Huge. You said huge, right?
It is huge beast. Yes.
Huge beast. So it's in between huge and large. So yes, 15 feet is how tall it is.
Okay. So,
And the Dungeon Master screen currently has all my cheats on it, so I was able to pull that out.
nice. With it being 15 feet tall on all 4 legs, would it be safe to say that if it kind of jumped up in a vertical sense and tried to grapple the Dragonborn with its trunk, that it can pull it down and slam it to the ground if it caught it?
I will say that's its move and action. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Beautiful.
But you got to hit it.
Yeah. With a +7 to my.
Follow, stay away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Its attacks get a +10 to hit. Would that be the same as for grappling, or is it just a strength modifier?
It's a contest, but you have to hit it first. Because remember,
So
you're
with-
leaping up and trying to
Yeah.
hit it. So if you were
So hit with an
already,
attack.
if you're already in
Yeah.
base, I'd be fine with that. It would be a contest.
Cool. Perfect. All right, so that is a dirty 20 to hit.
That will not hit.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
What about
Jason,
inspiration?
no.
Do
It
you
took
have any
so
inspiration?
long.
Do you
It took
have
so
any
long.
inspiration?
I think I
at
used it
all?
last time.
You have
No, I
any
do.
inspiration?
I do have inspiration.
Go
Does
for
that
it.
mean I roll again, or is it a
No,
is
just
it
I
a
think you have
roll.
to add.
Roll the
Add
inspiration
whatever
the
die
dice
and
is.
add it on to what you just rolled.
It was a D8.
So roll that and then add it onto the dirty 20. Watch him roll a 1. I'm going to laugh my ass off if he rolls a 1.
It's a 6.
26, that will hit. Now we can contest. Now give
Let's
me,
go.
give
Okay,
me.
so now it's just a strength, right?
Yep,
Okay, so roll
Wait.
plus
An
7.
1,800-pound mammoth going straight down. There's a contest for that.
yep. Unfortunately, there is.
It's probably because it's his trunk that he's like grabbing it with in order to bring it down.
All the contest does is that by whatever means you're contesting this, it could be it slips, or there could be any reason for why it's not successful.
And
The
it's also
contest
flying
is
with
to
magic,
Derek's
not
point.
physical.
Well, yeah, but to Derek's point, there's physics, but the assumption is with the strike of the trunk, now we're contesting the ability of the mammoth to be able to now grapple and pull down.
Oh wait,
So-
does that mean I get to actually do damage as well? I forgot about that part.
Well, yeah, you hit him, so you get bludgeoning damage, I believe.
Okay. Well,
No,
let's
whatever your
do the
attack
strength
is.
contest, and then I'll
Go for
roll
it.
for that. So this is a +7.
I just run.
You roll a 1.
He gets
Do I need to roll?
He gets advantage on his strength checks, and I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Shut up!
I
Oh
did.
my god! Dude, I mean, I still want to see.
Valev, roll a 2. Valev, just roll a 2.
Yeah, he got him. He rolled a 7, so 7 plus 7, 14. Yeah. So so the first actually trunk hitting him is going to be 6, 8, 15, 22 plus 7, 29 points of bludgeoning damage, and then
He is now grappled.
he gets 2
However,
attacks.
because of the extreme nature of this attempt, in other words, the mammoth is pushing himself to the very extreme. All right.
Yeah.
I want him to
Yeah,
make a
sure.
dex save to see if he lands successfully.
Fair. That is, oh no, the dex is -1, but it's a 15.
Is he within 5 feet of Gold? Nah, wait.
Golshad's unconscious.
Never mind.
He's not. He's got no
So-
auras around
So
him.
this is the furry mess that you now see in front of you. You watch as the mammoth manages to grapple onto the Dragonborn and pull him down to the ground. The Dragonborn is pulled down and knocked prone, grappled, and the mammoth lands on his side and is prone, taking only 2 points of falling damage from the effort.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
That's right.
it's a furry mess on the ground
Would
for
you
sure.
say that he
Hey,
has
Talking
falling
XP,
damage?
thanks for the
I
raid.
sort of go up in the air because obviously something like that hitting the ground is going to
Oh, yeah.
thump the ground.
You feel the ground, Derek. You feel even Apollo takes a moment to go. What was that?
I feel it on the roof. I feel it
Douglas
on
is
the
really
roof.
shocked because it falls right next to him.
So, Arena, as you're on the roof helping Kai up and over, the two of you look to see a Dragonborn come up, about to float towards the roof. You just see something grab it, and it disappears out of your view.
That,
Before you hear a thud.
Yeah. and
Um,
then
Would
feel a
you
thud.
say that the Dragonborn would take falling damage?
No, because he was under magical fly. So he's been pulled down to the ground and is prone, But he had advantage on his dex save, and he did not take falling damage.
Okay, so I am prone. Can my mammoth take its second attack?
Yeah, absolutely. Prone on prone would just be a regular attack.
Sweet. So I guess this would
It's
be
just
a
roll.
gore,
Just have it
a
roll
gore,
over.
Yeah, roll over onto him. Is that possible? Can I roll
No,
over
that would be
onto it?
that would be a
That's
shove.
movement.
That's a shove and a
That's-
movement, and you've tapped that out.
Okay. So in that case, can I go ahead and do a gore attack? Or
Yeah.
I mean, it is grappled,
In the trunk.
so technically I would have advantage because it's still grappled.
Yeah, but you're prone.
But so is it.
Makes
Right,
it
so it makes it
there
even.
is no double. Yeah, there
Yeah,
is no
makes
double.
It, just makes it
Okay,
even.
okay.
That's all it does.
I'm just trying to max this
Oh, I
fun part.
I know a min,
Um,
I know a fucking min maxer when I see one.
So-
It's our
Rules
first
lawyer.
habit.
So a gore attack is something that it normally does have. I know that the like grapple and all that was more of a strike.
Right.
Since it's in the trunk, can it move its trunk up and like slam it to the ground, or should I just do a regular gore attack?
Oh, no,
just
I
eat 'em.
love that idea. Just pick up the Dragonborn and slam it into the ground.
Yeah.
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 Eat him
Okay.
like a peanut.
I just wanted to make sure that that was okay.
Yeah, just give me a d20.
Okay. I don't know what the damage type would be for that.
No worries.
there.
We'll treat it. Well, I mean, we'll treat it just like falling damage with some bonuses. But give me a d20 with the strength bonus.
It's falling with style.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that'd be bludgeoning.
Yeah, bludgeoning. So not the
love
regular to
watermelon.
hit because it's not a gore or a stomp. So strength, math. Holy cow, 18.
18. So you managed to the mammoth managed to pick it up and slam it, but its heavy armor protects it from most of the slam damage into the ground. So go ahead and give me 1d12 plus the strength modifier.
Ooh, I haven't rolled my new d12 yet. Yay!
I figured you'd enjoy that.
Thunk.
The deadly weapon.
You're not going to
Yeah.
roll it again either because it's just going to go thunk and not roll.
Yeah, it's the only one. It's the only one. So
I'm
16
you're
points
such a
of
dick.
16 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, half to 8 because of
I've
the
got metal dice, I know
failure
how
to
they roll.
hit, technically. So it just took
Okay.
8 points of slam damage, being slammed into the ground.
Okay.
Now,
Huh.
this is not going
So-
to be pleasant for the mammoth, but this is what the Dragonborn does at the end of the mammoth's
Okay.
turn.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
a little, I'll have to wait till the end of your turn to do this, but
It's gonna
Um,
be like a tauntaun. It's just gonna get gutted.
so Valev, go ahead and keep going because you still have your owls and yourself, correct?
Yes, yes. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna take a step sideways out of range of the Dragonborn that is I'm currently stuck next to because he can't let me frickin' move.
So that's an opportunity attack, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to use Sentinel Force on you.
Huh?
That is a... See, and the problem is you're currently pinned down by the one that invoked the Merkle symbol. So he currently has plus 15 on his attacks. So he is... That's a 29. So you are
Yeah,
stuck
hit.
in front of him.
You ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Where are you going? Nowhere.
He's a
Um,
jerk.
So, with that, Are there any
how's
allies-
the light on the table? Can everyone see things pretty much?
Yeah, it's
okay?
great.
Okay.
Really
Yeah.
great.
I think it's really good.
Okay, because I've
Clear.
been monkeying with that so people can see. It's upside down.
Guys, I'm sorry this turn is taking so long.
I think
We
you
got
should
50
have it so
animals
you
to-
can switch between the two cameras, though, for which one's the main view.
Or
Maybe
have one
turn-
that's
Because,
lower
like,
on
for
the
me,
table
I
sideways.
think it would be easier for me if I had that front view up top instead of this back view.
Gotcha.
Are there any allies in a 15-foot cube? Or can I cast a spell that has a 15-foot cube and not hit Golsha or
Yeah,
Dudley?
currently Dudley and Gulsha are at your base, like right at your feet. If you were to drop the cube where your mammoth is, you would get both Dragonborns and your mammoth. Otherwise, you'd have to shift it and only get one.
Okay, so the range area is actually 15-foot cube self That's so it's based off of where I am, correct?
Oh yeah, you're gonna hit Gulshaw and Dudley for sure.
Okay, so I cannot cast that in that instance.
I mean, Dudley can take it, but Golshaw's already gonna die.
Yeah,
So.
no. In which case, I will just reach out my hand towards the Dragonborn and cast Blight on it. So I need a con save.
Absolutely. That is a 14 plus 5, 19.
Son of a pew! Oh, I was so happy for a second because it lost by 1. Okay. Damn. That's
So I
fine.
think that finishes you. You want to roll for the owls now?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
So
Give me a
their
D20.
attack is back to owl. Attack is plus 3 to hit, 16.
16, so same thing as before. 3 creatures die. Give me 3 dex saves.
Oh, wow. 6 plus 5. No, sorry. 6 plus 2 is 8 for the first one, 19 for the second one, and 16 for the third one.
So 9, 9, and 18, like before. You can spread that out however you want.
And that's my turn. Thank you all so much for coming to this 30-minute episode of where Cesare tries to do one thing.
With that, a very disgruntled Dragonborn at the end of your turn uses legendary action to invoke the will of Merkel. I need the mammoth to make a con save. You're lucky it's the mammoth and not you. I rolled. I need the mammoth to make a con save with disadvantage.
Is that the second one? The other one that didn't have the Will of Merkel invoked?
They both
Now
have
they're
it
both
invoked.
invoking it?
They both have already invoked it, but they invoke it for different reasons.
Gotcha.
So a con save. Is there a difference between that and a check for
Yes,
Yeah,
a
saves
con
are usually
save with
higher.
disadvantage.
It would be
No,
the
I mean,
saving throw.
is there a saving throw and a check difference for like? Because normally that would be like you
If
would
the
add your
mammoth
proficiency
doesn't have
bonus.
a con save listed, then just give me a con check.
Okay, yeah, it has ridiculous constitution.
Okay.
So
Oh, hi.
the
Oh, hi.
first
Oh, hi.
is 22. 22.
That was a nat one, wasn't it?
No, it was a 19 for 24.
Nice. So
I rolled a 17 and a 19.
he uses a version of power word kill on the mammoth.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Because the mammoth saved, the mammoth takes 256 points of damage.
oh.
Halved.
Is that halved or is that the half?
Oh my god.
That's 123 points of necrotic
It's got
damage.
126.
It's got 3 hit points left.
Yes.
I was just imagining an exploding
No.
furball right now.
It has
I
one
know.
because it took 2 points of falling damage.
So it has 1 point left.
It
One
has
hit
one
point
hit
left.
point.
Holy
man.
crap.
All
All right.
Hey, but it did what
What's
you
that?
wanted.
What's that elephant like danger noise? The like
Yeah,
noise
Jack.
that you hear in all the.
Wah, wah, wah.
And with that,
Yeah.
the other Dragonborn uses its legendary action on you, Valev.
I want a legendary.
I need you to make a con
I
save,
want a
please.
legendary reaction too.
Well, so wait. First of all, Valev, do you have less than 100 hit points?
Yes.
You are dead,
Cool.
as it uses power word kill, and you drop to the ground.
Oh,
Owls
but
dissipate.
Was that it? Because was he still a bearkin?
Yeah.
How does that work? I mean, does it take you out of bearkin form? Oh, I don't.
Good question.
No, he's still in bearkin form. I mean,
So, but because
No,
you have
that's-
different.
because it was a wild
No,
shape, but
It's
I
not
don't-
wild shape.
It's not
If it
wild
would've just,
shape.
he would just have converted back. If he had been
Shit!
wild
I'm the
shape.
last man standing. Where the fuck is everybody? Well, I got Apollo, but he's got 23 hit points.
Hey, I take that as an insult. Hold up.
I mean, we've always described it as I wild shape into my bearkin form, but
I know, and you get temporary hit points, right? So would that
No.
like you don't get
No, he
temporary hit
doesn't.
points? Oh, I thought
No.
you get temporary hit points. Okay.
normally with wild shape, the creature that I shape into has its own set of hit points, and then
Right.
like with polymorph, once those go
Correct.
away, I
The
revert
main
back to my normal
advantage of his
form.
bearkin is he
Right.
maintains all of his humanoid aspects. He's just in a
Mhm.
bear form. So, and how long does that last for? An hour?
No, let me see. Features and tricks.
Because I know we built that specifically for your character.
I don't think we had a time frame on it.
Um,
Normally
What is
wild
wild
shape
shape? Is an
by
hour?
itself is 4 hours.
4 hours.
so yeah, bearkin is 4 hours as well. I think I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, so wild shape, if you
Okay.
fall unconscious or drop to 0 hit points or die, you revert to your normal shape.
Okay. So, because we never really talked about it, do you want to remain in bearkin or revert to Velev? It's your choice, because we never really talked about it.
I mean, if I revert to Velev, this is not like a trying to regain hit points. It is a mechanical question.
Yeah, it's just a
Um,
mechanical question. That's it.
If I were to revert to Velev, is it more like polymorph at that, or like a regular wild shape?
More like a
for the
regular
bear?
wild. At that point, you would be treating it like a wild shape, and it's just easier to track. It's up to you.
I don't like making that choice because it feels a bit too much like really strong metagaming. Can I roll for it?
Sure, feel free. 1, 2, 3, yes. 4, 5, 6, no. 50% chance.
D6, gotcha. Last time I did a D4 and I was like, wait, 1, 2, 3, yes? Ooh, I like them odds.
50-50, baby.
So, say that again. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2,
is
3, yes. Wild shape.
For
4, 5, 6.
Wild shape is like polymorph, and 4, 5, 6 is
No.
I'm dead.
Correct.
3.
3. So, what do we say? Yes. It's like
1, 2, 3,
polymorph.
yes.
Okay.
It's like polymorph.
So, you're currently not dead. And
But your bearkin
remember
is
this
dead.
tweak for future reference that we're
I'm gonna make a note right
yep,
now.
because it's
Yep.
partially my fault because I think we were supposed to circle back and fine tune it, and I just don't
No, we
think we
didn't.
and we just never circled back. So that's the fine tune. You are at 0 health. However, you are currently unconscious.
I thought that's what we were rolling for.
Well,
Because if it was like wild shape or polymorph, my bearkin hit points would go away. And when I
Right.
reverted to my regular
Right,
form, my
but-
normal hit points would be.
right, but it's power word kill.
Yeah.
I'm allowing.
Giving you
yeah.
a good out. You're not dead.
Yeah, you're
I'm just
not dead.
unconscious.
You're now just
Yeah.
So-
unconscious.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Because that was
death
my
saves are still about to happen.
correct.
Okay,
Absolutely,
cool. That's what I was trying to get clear on. Thank
Okay.
you.
Velev lives on.
We'll see.
So, that
Well,
was the
Well,
longest
Arena
player
and
turn.
Kion.
Arena, you are up.
Oh my goodness. I am going to go to the other end of the roof and see what's going on.
Okay, you start running. You use your move and your action to get all the way across the roof. Looking down, you are now in the
I have double my but it's still, you said 100 feet.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
now all the way at the back and having to run all the way back forward again. I mean,
Mhm.
your little halfling feet, right? If you were Gulsha or someone else, maybe, but you're
Right.
So your full move and your action gets you to the other side. On the other side, looking down, you can see the one Dragonborn engaged with Dudley. You do not see anybody else. You see the other Dragonborn lying
A
prone.
mammoth should still be there with 1, right? Because it wasn't a
It's not
concentration
concentration. Yes, thank you. I got that confused
So he's still
with
grappled.
I still have the grapple on him.
Cool.
You can see a huge mammoth kind of squirming on the ground. You can see the other Dragonborn on the ground grappled in its trunk. The red Dragonborn is currently engaged with Dudley, but both Velev, who is no longer in his bearkin form, but is in his... What did I do with your mini? I am tone deaf. Why did I move your mini? I don't know why. That was
I'm a bear.
silly. That was silly of me. I will use this one for now because I don't know what the heck I did with your other mini. It's not over here with Kai and Arena. You can see Velev is unconscious, and you can see that Gulsha is unconscious as well.
Crap. What can I do from all the way up here? All this shit is... Oh, my healing is touch. Okay. I have a barking dog.
I don't know if that's going to help, but...
I don't think that's gonna help.
I thought Ghost was supposed to be in your necklace.
Yeah, that's
There's
Blaze.
a-
Blaze is barking in my
That's
backpack.
Blaze. Yeah, that's Blaze.
He's not liking it in there. Have fun.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. Well, shit.
Better not burn it.
Ooh. Okay. I have a 5th level and it's 60 feet. We're less than 60 feet up, right?
Correct.
Okay. I am going to cast Heal on Gulsha.
Okay.
78 hit points.
So Gulsha, your
I mean-
eyes... 7d8 or 7d8?
78.
78.
7, 8.
So Gulsha, you have 78 hit points back. Your eyes flare open to look up to see a very concerned little halfling face looking down at you. You look over to your left, and you can see an unconscious Velev back in their humanoid form.
And Ghost. Or Dudley.
And Dudley.
Yeah, Dudley just mawing down on a
Oh.
Dragonborn.
And that will finish your turn, Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That'll take us to the bad guy's turn, as the Dragonborn is...
Dudley's being the best boy ever right now.
Can I duck? Can I duck?
She's
Cover.
ducking.
Cover. I want to duck. Okay.
Nope.
I have to go lock the door. I'll be right back.
Trying to think, would he coup de grace Velev, or would he move against his stronger opponent of Gulsha?
Well, Gulsha is down, but Dudley is right there, so.
Yeah. that's-
Shaw is not down anymore.
Dudley moved.
Well, no,
And
Gulsha
Dudley-
is prone. Gulsha
He just got
appears. He
revived.
just got revived. That doesn't mean he's up. Because you're healed doesn't mean you're up. Because when you go unconscious,
I
you're...
thought she meant like
I know.
he's down.
Is he in base with Gulsha even?
No, he's in base with Velev and Dudley. So he's going to have to take an
Yeah.
opportunity attack from Dudley. And if he fails the strength save, even though he's got advantage on it, it could mess up the whole thing. But yeah, Gulsha is still the main problem. It's the most defensive and strong. So have Dudley give me opportunity of attack.
Alright, he still gets advantage.
Does the mammoth get one too, or is he not in base?
He is not in base. He's with the bronze Dragonborn.
Oh, you rolled 2 nat ones. I rolled 2 13, so that is a 23.
That'll hit. Roll for damage. Oh, and that is a 18 for the strength save.
That does not save.
And what does that do?
It knocks him prone.
He's knocked prone.
He is knocked prone.
Holy crap.
He ankle
Dudley
bites
is
him and
saving
knocks
all
him
of our
prone.
asses.
Go ahead.
Yes, Dudley.
What's-
Is
What's the damage?
that is 12 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
He said Dudley sees him going away and he just turns his head to the side, nips it, grabs into his heel, and rips him up, and he falls flat on his face.
Yeah, the Dragonborn's still going to attack, though, and attack Dudley for 3 strikes.
At disadvantage.
That is a... So here's the crazy thing. I rolled really bad, but he's still invoked with the Merkle, the Oath of
So
the
plus
Merkle.
15.
So I rolled a 7, an 8, and a 7. So that's a 22, a 23, and a 22 on deadly.
Yeah, all three of those hit.
I also need a con save.
Okay. He's actually got fairly high constitution. So that is 16.
16. That's a DC 17. Let me double check. Yes, that's a DC 17 on that one. I was thinking of the deck. So he's currently paralyzed, takes 12 points of cold damage, and takes 48 points of slashing damage. Is he still up?
By the way, that reminds me.
Yeah, Dudley's still up. He's feeling it, but he's still in there.
Okay. That will finish the... Well, no, he will... Now that he's paralyzed, he'll use the remaining move to stand up. So he's no longer prone, but that's all he can do. The other Dragonborn is grappled. He's going to contest the mammoth for his action. So he is going to... That is a 22 on his
We're
strength.
doing strength checks. Gotcha.
Right.
He could just kill the mammoth. It would have been easier.
He didn't know that. He just wants to get out of his fucking trunk.
7 and 16. Freaking math.
23.
Panic math. Thank
23.
you.
So he'll beat it by 1, so he's still grappled. So he will now attack with disadvantage on the mammoth. So that is a 12, a 12, and a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. I need a con save. I guess I
You
don't
have to
really.
roll damage. Yeah, 1 point. Yeah.
And the mammoth.
So as it dies, are they when they're summoned through the staff, or are they like Fae? Or
Yeah,
are
they
like
just and go back.
very
Yeah.
Thanos snap like with like pink.
Pink, white, yellow, purple, green. And like a little giggle from a Fae fairy that flies off.
Listen.
So he is no longer grappled. He'll stand and he'll move. All right, that'll finish their turn. Gulsha, you are conscious and prone. 2 Dragonborn are hovering nearby. What do you do?
I will now stand up. Takes half my move.
Yep.
I'll stand up, and I will. Who's next? Who's next to me?
Velev is currently
He's down.
He's unconscious at your feet.
I'm going to use. I should attack these fuckers, but god dang it.
I will give you this much. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception. Where is it at? Perception is 15.
Okay. The medallions around both Dragonborn's necks are glowing. Their eyes are a strange red-orange hue. Their physical bodies, they look physically tapped. You get the feeling that they are running on the fumes of whatever these oaths have given them. And that's because you have a decent religion background, and you can just feel this kind of intense, kind of, like, both fiendish and like evil-like essence pouring off of them, almost as if they have given up their will.
They're almost like undead at this point.
Not undead, vessels.
Not undead, but
vessels.
they're being. Yeah, they're vessels for something else.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll give you that much.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack them then.
Go for it. Yes, Cesare, I sometimes influence my players.
So a 26.
26 will hit.
Hey man, I'm all about the awesome story moments. So if it makes a
are you
cool
going
story,
after
go
the
for it.
bronze or the red?
I'm gonna do what one looks worse.
Physically, the red one
The one
does
that-
look worse, actually, because the red one's taken a shit ton of damage. I mean,
Okay,
that
yeah.
opening rifle fire alone from Velev made a huge difference in the balance.
Okay, so I'll hit that one.
Okay.
And I get
Which one's the red one? The one engaged
Divine
Dudley,
Smite!
or the
The one that was
got away?
the one that was engaged with Deadly. This one right here. Bronze and red.
He did not have a fun time probably when Dudley fucked up his day.
Was pretty cool. I like
42 points 42 points of damage.
Holy shit. Okay. He had 36 left. So the oath has to expire. He can't do anything. He has to have hit points left. He drops unconscious to the ground.
Okay, then I take my second attack on the other one.
Okay. Go for it.
Use him.
Yeah, 20, 29.
29 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Smite him, almighty smiter.
Yes. Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use a smite for this.
Go for it. Nice
Oh,
meta,
shit.
Derek. Nice meta.
A voice comes from the
Hey,
clouds.
I was doing a quote, all right? It just happens.
He loves Bruce
Slightly
Almighty.
meta.
Jim Carrey is his favorite actor
I
of all
don't-
time. We talked
So
about this.
you're a victim of circumstantial
Use
meta.
all of them. All of them.
I love it.
That'll be
When you-
58 points of damage.
58 points.
When you remember all of your teammates' abilities better than they do because they're panicking during every round of
I
combat.
know. He is still on his feet.
Honestly,
You
bonus
bring
actions do
you
same
bring
thing,
the
but-
hammer down into the Dragonborn. Because you recognize what it was, I'm going to give you an option. You can either bring, which face do you want to bring down? Because you recognize it being a vessel of something else, that it's now changed its nature. There's a chance your hammer will react to this.
Yeah.
So which face, which part of the hammer is being brought down?
I will bring down the hammer of death.
Give me a charisma save, please.
Okay. Oh man, I gotta take the dice. Too many dice in it. Sorry.
Got my d20s ready, baby.
Okay, so it's a charisma save for myself.
Correct, for the invocation.
Okay, so it's a. Where's my charisma?
It's
So
high.
it's a 19.
19. Power word kill is revealed to you. DC
Oh, so you can cast it now?
power word kill is revealed to you at this point. DC 19.
Okay.
It's invoked. I rolled a 12 for my con save. As the hammer comes down, it immediately bisects the Dragonborn. You just watch as it gets shredded in half. The energy of Merkel is fully released and is just shredded and dissipates, and the remnants of the creature collapses to the ground. There's swirling, like, necrotic energy that like this, as it, like, filters off into the night. Belev,
He's
Alright.
freaking crazy.
you get 1 hit point back. You sense something circling above you as Scorch is circling directly above. And he casts a spell that he has. It grants you 1 hit point, bring you to consciousness. And you get the feeling that this is out of desperation. As he does this, at the last minute, he yells, "Run." And as he yells that mentally in your head, those of you looking up watch as a massive shadow clashes with another massive shadow. As a ancient black dragon and an adult red dragon are now fighting directly above you. And that's where we're going to
He
finish
was an
tonight.
ancient I thought he was an ancient
Oh,
red.
sorry, Ancient Red and Ancient Black
Okay.
are now
Yeah.
fighting each other directly above you, and that's where we're gonna finish
Okay.
tonight. Come
I
back
thought
for
Scorch was
part
gonna get
3.
mauled.
Part 3 next week.
Holy crap!
I thought Scorch was gonna die. All right.
Oh,
Like, there's no way.
Oh
An
no,
adult
the
guy would
battle
have been able to beat
continues.
me.
You guys still have to wage war all through the city. Whist is under siege. 2
Yeah.
ancient dragons are now fighting above the entire city. So
My hours are gone too.
so
And the
the
mammoth.
so the first encounter was a really good example of Tailspire typical kind of battle encounter. This encounter we played out with minis to kind of give everybody a good boss fight, and that's why I like to use my minis for the boss fight. Next Monday is going to be a bit more of theater of the mind and a lot of rush, dash, and interactive activity. And if our party survives, at the end of part 3, we'll have concluded the milestone, the Siege of Whist, and we will see what happens after that. So, everything you need to know about us is down below. Come join our Discord, win some free minis, win some free dice, chat with us, shoot the shit, send funny pictures, tell funny stories. It's all cool, man. So yeah, everything you need to know about us, come on over. And as I say at the end of all my streams, be safe, be kind, and play a game. It's fun.
Are we gonna
Have
raid?
some
Are we gonna
fun.
raid?
It's gonna
Are we
be
gonna
a
raid?
fun
Um,
don't worry.
You know what? Let me double check, see if there's anybody up right now that we can raid.
I like
Oh my
raiding.
god.
Sorry.
3 hours of combat.
No,
Amazing.
excuse
That went
me,
by fast,
6
actually.
hours of combat.
Yeah, because we had
Oh, well,
the
yeah, for
previous
count
game.
last. Just non-stop.
Oh,
It'd probably be
oh,
another
down
3 hours. It'd be
after
9
it.
hours of combat if we count
Oh
next
my
week.
goodness.
Let's
Oh
see
my goodness.
here.
Apollo
Let's-
is
I
down
am
for half
so
of it.
glad I picked the right person to you
I've
know.
been running away for
heal.
half of it.
Oh my god,
my
I'm glad you
goodness.
healed me.
Oh my goodness.
half
So
of it.
glad.
I was the last man standing.
picked the
I would
right
have had to
person
take down.
to,
How
you
much
know,
damage did you do?
heal.
60 apiece.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably about
That would have
that.
at least taken
Yeah.
me. That would have at least taken me 4 to 5 turns, depending on what I rolled.
Yeah.
I picked the right person to bring up. I'm so happy.
And next
You're a
turn,
good
Oh,
team.
yeah.
You always bring me back
And he
to
was the
health and
first
I
one
slay
down out of
people.
the 2.
next turn, my damage would have been slashed in half
Power.
because Dudley couldn't move.
Wait, I gotta
yeah.
write that down. I got a power word kill out of this thing.
And
Power
Dudley's
word
my
kill.
boss
Oh
killer.
my gosh.
Like Dudley's responsible for like 70% of my kills.
Good boy.
All right,
When
let's
does
go
it get
ahead
back
and
to
raid the
three?
UST. See you guys.
Yay, bye.
Bye bye. I'm waving, but nobody can see me.
Yep, we raided.
The
How does
only
that power
mystery, the
word kill
mystery
work? I
man.
don't.
It's a spell.
Con save.
It's a
Yeah,
spell.
if your hit points are less than 100, you automatically die.
DC 19, he said.
DC 19.
I thought there